What is up, everybody? I'm sorry it probably sounds like I'm underwater in this recording. I'm doing it on my phone in a hotel room in Canada as we finish up my bachelor party weekend. That's right, this episode of the Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by Dylan Optics Sunglasses. Those amazing sunglasses I'm wearing in every video that I make, pretty much, because it's always sunny in California. If you want a pair of those for yourself, and you should, because they are very, very special glasses. The glass on them is like looking at HD life, and with that matte finish on the lenses, you've got a very distinctive look. Only Dylan Optics offers that. Go to thesmokingtire.com, click on the Dylan Optics banner, and if you use that link, I will send you a free t-shirt, free Smoking Tire t-shirt for supporting the people who support the Smoking Tire. The glasses are double polarized, and they really protect your eyes. At the end of a long day in the sun, my eyes feel much better from wearing Dylan Optics sunglasses, and they have a lot of different frame and lens combinations, so you can always look good. Go to thesmokingtire.com and under the Partners tab, click on the Dylan banner, and I'll give you a free t-shirt for buying every pair of Dylan Optics sunglasses you buy. It's a good deal, folks. We're also brought to you by Beeline Coffee. The Roasted Tire 3.0 is my personal roast. Super good. Medium body, medium roast. It's got a bunch of caffeine in it. It's got a lot of flavor. It's really, really good stuff. Go to BeelineCoffee.com. Use code TST. That's good for 15% off anything you buy in their store. Code TST is good for 15% off anything in the Beeline Coffee store. Big order or small, it don't matter to Jesus. All right, on this episode of the podcast, it's always a treat to have Tavarish himself, Freddy Hernandez, in studio, and he has his new co-host with him, their new show, Wrench Everday on YouTube. Andrew Howell is his co-host, first time meeting this dude, but we get along swimmingly. Freddy always has great stories of terrible cars and terrible stories about great cars. We love having him in. Florida represent. Freddy Hernandez and Andrew Howell on the Smoking Tire Podcast. What up? It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday for those of you who are here with us live. The live idea, I believe, came from Freddy Tavarish Hernandez. I just called you Fernandez.
It doesn't matter.
That's fucking racist. Shit.
It is, but I'll let it slide. We're in California. It's okay.
Hernandez.
I'm sure
that was a Freudian slip.
It's the current year, Matt.
Apologize.
You should know. Okay?
Fuck me. Take it back. Do it again. Freddy Tavarish Hernandez.
Sure.
And Andrew Howell of the new series, Wrench Everday.
Yeah. We have a new channel out, and it's fun.
Yeah?
Yes.
What happens on the new channel? Other than you wrenching every day?
So we don't actually wrench every day. That's a misnomer.
What?
It's people should
fucking
wrench every
clickbait.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
False advertising.
It's more of an encouragement.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what? You guys should
as
work out every day.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes.
Sort of. Listen, it's hard to rent. You don't want to do that.
Easier said than done. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have
wrench every day until you're 27. Then move to upper management.
Yes.
Then make your money work for you.
Yes. Then stop working with your hands. Yes. No, Wrench Everday is just a build channel, kind of like mine, except for it's more towards budget builds. So we have a 300ZX that
you too good for that budget builds now.
It's so
Mr.
weird.
Lamborghini over here.
See, you can take. Don't be fooled by the Lambos that I got. Okay.
You're still Freddy from the block?
Yeah, I'm still Freddy from the block. Honestly, it's just my channel has gotten to the point where now I have a Lambo, Bentley, have a Ferrari, Supra, and some other whatevers.
You're now that rich guy
I'm
YouTuber that everyone that you hated. You started doing this because you're like, fuck all them guys.
Sure.
And their Lambos and their Bentleys and their McLarens.
I want that too, right.
You're that guy.
Yeah, but I buy all these cars like reasonably in that like they're not mint quality examples. They're not. They're always really haggard. They've been on fire. I try not to get the crashed ones, but they've been through the ringer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Rent Every Day channel is just so we can have stuff that's super budget build but still really fun. So yeah, I think that's missing from my channel. And also we have a 300ZX that we bought for $1,500 that has a V8 swap in it. So
wait, what generation are we talking about here?
1990.
Z32.
So it's a Z32.
Oh, it's a roundy, right? No, that's a squarey.
Yeah, it's square. Yeah,
Like the
square.
one that Andrew's got. Yeah.
No. So Andrew Collins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Collins, I think he has a late 80s
yeah,
one.
that one.
Yeah. So he has one of those.
Wait, yours
there's
is
multiple-
Mine's a
98.
1990. So yeah,
1990,
yeah, it's a 90.
sorry.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's the same body style.
Yeah,
They had it
exactly.
for a million
Oh
years.
no, yeah, it's a Z32.
Okay. Yeah. So that.
Is that what you don't call that round? I call that roundy.
Okay. That is roundy.
The
Yeah.
last one, the
Yes.
last ZX.
Yes. That is definitely a roundy. The boxy one is the ZX from like the
80s
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
watched. Did you watch Chris Harris's little 80s orgasm in that warehouse full of?
I haven't seen it, but it's
very
been recommended
charming-
to me like a billion times.
I
yeah.
don't watch a lot of videos on YouTube, but
Yeah.
I watched it and it was very exciting to watch
Yeah.
him mentally masturbate to all the cars.
Of course.
There was like the mintest fucking the one before this, the boxy one.
Yeah.
The mintest one you've ever seen, like 5,000 miles on
Mm-hmm.
it on this thing, and that. The way they made fucking seats in the 80s, they were
Yeah.
so puffy.
Yeah.
It was all tufted leather.
The one we have has blue interior, and honestly, I really like it. I really like that blue interior, but it smells horrible.
Yeah, it smells.
What kind of horrible are we talking about
Okay,
here?
think of
Define the horrible.
Let's take the sweat from a public bus seat.
Oh God.
And let's mix it with the atmosphere of a Pizza Hut from the 80s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it smells like me after grid life.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
I have
Yes.
to put my arm around a lot of sweaty dudes and take pictures in Atlanta in August.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
something like
Oh,
that. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Grid Life, and Grid Life.
You
if
should
you're-
100% go.
If
You'd
you're
find it
listening,
really
Grid
fun.
Life people, John Grid Life, if that is your real name,
You should just go. It's not even far for you.
it's like 6 hours.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, it's not
Atlanta?
that far.
That's not far.
Atlanta or Michigan?
Probably Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should, if I'm honest, and I'm sorry, Stuart and everyone at Grid Life, the Michigan one's more fun.
Okay. So what is that? It's just
It's the same number of people in a facility half the size.
so what is Grid? Is it like a like Forza Horizon in real life? Is that
Pretty
what-
much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
It's like it's a track day, time attack, and drift event
Right.
on a road course, but that also incorporates a heavy music festival element as well as a like Stance Nation kind of car show.
Right.
Some like sideshowy type elements, vendors, food, and of course, did I say music? I
Yes.
meant music. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like camping. Most importantly, girls.
Okay.
It incorporates girls.
Okay. In what aspect of?
Presence.
Okay.
They're there.
Okay, so
Unlike
because
any
there's
other
a lot of
car thing
a lot of
you've
car
ever-
events that
Yeah,
incorporate
yeah.
girls, but
No,
in
no,
different.
no. I don't mean like paid like booth hoes. I mean
Okay.
like girls who have voluntarily
Oh, okay.
appeared.
That
Normal
is-
girls. There's no Zach. Can I
That
have a
is
little more
very
volume
rare.
in my headphones, just a little bit?
That is very
but
rare,
really fun builds. I mean, Grid Life is a grassroots event. So
Cool.
you know, you guys came out to this Cars and Coffee this morning. Not a lot of project cars.
Sure.
It's
Right.
GT3
Well, it's at the Porsche
RSs.
Experience Center. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
but-
be something a little higher.
Right.
That-
Grid
that
Life
place is amazing, by the
yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's rad, right?
Oh my gosh.
Grid Life is started as a Honda Club event, so it's like a lot of Hondas and Subarus and S2000, like hatchbacks and crazy engine swaps and home built stuff. And there's some shops as well, and there's like a couple of Corvettes and Vipers and factory fast things, but you don't see Performantes on the track, and you see a lot of
Right.
home built. I mean, there's this dude James Houghton has a fucking Integra that ran 3 seconds a lap faster around Road Atlanta than Randy Popst ran in a brand new ZR1.
Good
That's
night.
that's
In,
insane.
in an Integra.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Is that where you drove that hodgepodge together Civic that was like?
Yeah.
Was that the No
It was
Works?
oh, there, go up there.
Works?
See K-tuned? That's the Integra
Oh yeah,
right
I've
there.
seen that car. I've seen
It's
that
the
car, yeah.
K-tuned. It's like a 750 horsepower Integra. He brings 4 to 6 gearboxes to Grid Life. He kills a gearbox every 5 laps.
I feel like he gets that thing down to 500. He won't kill as many gearboxes.
I mean, I
we
feel
don't
like
need that
if
kind
you
of
can
negativity
drive
here.
the car that fast, just move up to a more durable car.
Yeah. I feel like they make cars that quick.
Yeah, like put him in a ZR1.
Yeah.
Like if you can run a 23, you can run a 23 in Integra. Like why don't you just get the ZR1?
Is that
what are you
hurt?
doing,
Yeah.
James?
Oh, that is hurt.
That's
yeah.
hurt. Yeah, those guys go. The Forsberg and Turk and Hurt and Chair Slayer and like all them guys go. Larry Chen.
Yeah.
It's
And,
super fun.
it's super
I've
fun.
only been once, but it's awesome. And it's like there's like the people that go to drive and time attack and drift. Then there's people that go to party over here, and then there's like it's a Venn diagram, you know,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that go just to camp, sleep 6 dudes to a tent, and just go like rave and pretend to be in a fraternity.
Here's
for, like,
where
a night.
you'll like it though. You like the fringe whack job contingent.
Oh, yeah.
which exists. And when I went to the when Zach came with me to the Michigan one, there was a dude who arrived on Friday or maybe even Thursday with his car broken. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it on the track." Like he got there and like set up a pit and had his car broken
Oh, boy.
and he wrenched for like 4 straight days.
Okay.
And basically, did like a complete motor rebuild on this E36.
Yeah.
And finished like a lap or 2 laps on like the end of the Sunday.
Listen, just the tiny, you win where you can win.
Yeah.
That's one lap. I bet that felt like he just won the race.
Yeah. I mean, he was right there in front of where my little pit was, and he
Yeah.
was there for days
Yeah.
working on this car.
Okay, cool. I mean, that almost sounds like you guys been to King of the Hammers?
Yeah.
Zach has, yeah.
King of the Hammers is when you go to Hammertown.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with tarmac, actually. That's a good point.
Okay, well, yeah, in Hammertown, for anybody
Every
doesn't
time
know, right?
someone says Hammertown, I just picture.
It sounds really
I
homoerotic.
picture MC Hammer as not one Oompa Loompa, 1,000 Oompa Loompa MC Hammers. like in a whole town, like just hammer dancing. All
That's basically it. You got
Just
it.
crossing the street. Just
What's also funny is I've heard a rumor, and I haven't confirmed it, that all the obstacle sections were named after like fake gay porn by the guys that started this. So that's
Yeah.
why
Right.
it's like big mudslide and deep black crag
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Very,
So-
very, very
so the idea-
homoerotic.
Yeah.
is that what Hammertown looks
That's
like?
not Hammertown. That's just one of the
Can you
obstacles.
pull that over? That's
Wow.
fucking crazy.
But then you think of Hammertown in a very different
it's like
arena.
Grateful Dead in fucking Fremont, 69.
This
dude.
is why I love it, because I was one of these people sitting like 50 feet from these trucks, and rocks were being thrown, and like
Yeah.
you
when
keep
you
your head
get
up.
press access, they let you basically just go on the track.
None of these people are press.
Okay. Oh no, I'm saying like. Okay, so that's those. Obviously,
I think those yellow vests and that are very
Yes.
close to
Yeah.
the track probably are.
They are press, but
Yeah.
look how close everybody
Oh
else
yeah,
is.
everybody else. It's
It's great. It's really
But it's
cool.
the most insane thing ever. I almost died sleeping because I was with Andrew Collins, and Collins.
lefty, or is it right? Is he righty or lefty?
I'm not sure.
He rolled onto his left hand.
He rolled
Oh, so
onto his
yeah,
left
he's
hand.
righty. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's all right.
I know, but I just forgot which nickname I gave him. If it was lefty or righty.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me remind.
Yeah. So when I was there with Andrew Collins, we had a F-150 loaner, not a loaner press car, and it got so cold. It was like below freezing, and we brought sleeping bags, but we didn't. I don't know anything about camping, and I had a sleeping bag that wasn't Sub-Zero. So I was sleeping in it, and I was sleeping in full like layers and layers and layers, and it got so cold that like I was just shivering. I just couldn't stop shivering. I'm like, Andrew, I am gonna go in the car, and I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna sleep in it. Because I don't care what happens to the if this thing runs out of gas. It didn't run out of gas, but I don't care about it idling for 6 hours. I don't care. I'm not gonna die. And that's what I did. And it was actually not, it wasn't comfortable, but it was okay.
Here's my napping review of the F-150.
I went with Musto and Thaddeus, and we slept in a closed car trailer, and it was so cold we ran a propane heater inside the trailer with the door cracked, because we were like, we might asphyxiate.
Yeah, we might die.
Otherwise, we're going to freeze to death.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. What you have to do is you have to keep drinking, and you have to keep active. So you have people at 3 a.m. going up on the trails and stuff. Like, what happens if you, crash? And nobody's there to save you. Like, just don't crash. So,
yeah, it's cool. Little light trails going up into the canyons at night.
It's really cool. But I'd love to do that again, but not in a camping situation. If I had like an RV,
RVs, dude, RV life is what's up.
Just bring your house. Just bring your
You
entire
guys
house
should
and everything you
wrench
have.
every day on some fucking RV. My friend Adam, who at Grid Life, Adam is the race director at Grid Life. Oh god damn it! What's his podcast? Zach, help me out. Austin and Adam, the track day podcast.
Kick? No, that's somebody else.
Oh my god, there's too many podcasts. I'm so sorry. I'm never gonna hear the fucking end of it.
Slip Angle
Podcast. Thank you,
Nice.
Jesus Christ. He bought an RV for like, I don't know, $6,000 or $7,000, and he redid the interior himself. He rebuilt the motor a bit. He did some like mechanical bullshit, and now that thing is sick. It is so nice. It's so 80s on the outside, but you go inside, it's baller.
Remember that Winnebago that somebody put an LS turbo
LS in it,
and it's just. It's on YouTube, but you obviously can't pull it up. But
Is it like fast?
it's for an RV. I mean, it gets down the street pretty quick.
We'll put fast in quotation marks.
Yeah, it is so loud, and imagine like an open header LS going into a huge turbo. It's
amazing.
Insane. Yeah.
So good.
And it's like this old '70s Winnebago's falling apart. It's
Every
awesome.
RV I've ever driven could easily use another 200 horsepower.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They all feel like dangerously slow.
And they're also the biggest engines. The reason why is because the transmissions are probably the limiting factor. You have like 100,000 pounds going into like this little truck transmission, and it's overheating. It doesn't have the right cooling, so it's not the best.
All the ones I've driven use that shit pile Ford V10.
It's
the worst engine ever
That's like
made.
the U-Haul
The
engine?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is
God.
the U-Haul spec engine.
Hey, do you want to put all your belongings into one truck and then have it be really unreliable? Yeah, okay, let's do that. Oh, by the way, speaking of great engines, my dually has a 7.3, which is a good engine.
That's the good one.
That's the good one.
Yeah. That's like the new dually, right?
No. I mean, this is still the old one. It's a 2000, so they stopped making them in 03.
Okay.
But it's the one you want, but it drives like a dinosaur. So it's like it drives like a truck.
Yeah.
You know how the new 6.7s, they're like,
the
this
6.7 is the new
yeah,
one.
the 6.7 is like, this drives like a Camry, just has a little diesel or whatever.
Yeah.
This is, you're driving a big vehicle. And we got average around 9 to 10 miles per gallon across the country.
Nice.
So it has a big tank, so we stop after like 300 miles.
I hope it's worthwhile. I just found out that the range, I thought my fuel gauge in my 911 was broken because it never really went below a half.
That's the most California thing I've heard all day.
And that's an old car thing. And I figured, I'd stop like every 250 or so miles or so and get gas. I figured the gauge was broken.
Yeah.
And then I looked up, I found like the VIN decoder or whatever.
Yeah.
I have like the endurance optional endurance tank.
Yeah.
Porsche does 2 tank sizes. So I have a 23-gallon fuel tank in that little
nice.
911. So I have like a 440 mile range.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Rules.
That's bigger than the tank in my Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
a
Yes.
huge tank.
So my Lambo actually has the opposite of that. So
The tiny tank?
It doesn't have a tiny tank, but the gauge, when it's empty, it reads about half.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I thought, maybe it's just because the car's been
The
screwed
old
with and
optimistic fuel gauge.
Yeah, and I went on the forums, and apparently it's like a normal thing. It's like, just fill it up at halfway. Like,
People have just resigned themselves
yeah, like,
to it.
listen, that's just how
no
the car
fix.
is.
Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. You go to the. I mean, Lamborghini. When you own a Lamborghini or Ferrari, there are some things that you just have to accept. Like there's just some things like, hey, they can't make the car better, or you can't make the car better. It's like you just have to live with this chime every once in a while.
I am told this regularly.
Yes. It smells really bad. Like, well, you're gonna have to get used to that.
You sent me pictures of this formerly shitbox Lambo when you bought it.
Yes.
And I was like, good fucking luck. That is going to be a disaster. And it's going to take you years to fix that, and it did.
It took me a year.
A year and year.
It took me about nine months. I just did the driving.
So
video.
what all was wrong with that thing when you bought it?
So
it's been a while since we talked about.
So
this car.
I originally bought this car, $64,000. Actually, it was from California, but originally from Florida, and it had some fire damage. And
it's a manual.
Manual, yeah.
All right, so a manual Spyder for $64,000 means it's fucked up.
Right. Yeah, so it's fucked up. And
the seller knows it.
Yes. So it was basically an auto recycler, dismantler yard, and they eventually they do like whole cars.
Yeah.
This one had a twin turbo kit in quotation marks, and had a built engine. So
is that also in quotation marks?
No, it actually has a built engine.
It does have a built engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I jumped on it. I thought that well, if I part this out, I will still be good. Like I won't lose that much money if I part it out because there's not like.
Why didn't the guy selling it think that too? That was his job.
No, because they got it for $45. So they they bought it for $45, but the problem is the engine and transmission were not in the car when they bought it for $45.
Oh.
The reason why is because when the fire happened, apparently I've talked to the old owner. We had a long conversation, and he thinks the world of this car, but this car was garbage when I got it. So when he was filling up, these cars have some weird filling up issue where if you don't cock the thing to the side, it doesn't fill up all the way.
My solution was if this was the nozzle, if normally you're doing it like this, was to bend it like that and you do it upside down, and then it would stay.
So so he did. Maybe he didn't know it. I'm still super sketched out by like putting fuel in this car. So what happens is if you have it cocked to the side, it can overfill, and when it overfills,
like it doesn't auto shut off.
No.
Oh no.
So what happens is the fuel went onto the headers, the hot headers, and it just went up.
Yeah.
And this is at a gas station.
This is pretty much every exotic car owner's nightmare.
Yeah. So and it's a Spyder, so it's not like you can like pop something quickly. Like it's a real process.
Yeah.
So it just went up, and it's a gas station, so they put it out really quickly.
Yeah.
So the car was still drivable after that.
No way.
Yeah, it was still drivable.
Did he drive it home?
I don't know if he drove. No, he didn't drive it home. But
That'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be great. Like, it's fine. It's just need a little paint.
He calls AAA and they like it, but it drives. We're not going to tow this thing.
We don't need this.
It's like a bad movie where you get chased by a dog and walk into your house and your wife's like, "What happened?" You know, you just like the suits in tatters and shit. And he's just like, "I drove it home.
I'm good.
What's for dinner?" Yeah. So he just put it on a tow truck. The insurance did an entire investigation because he was the owner of the performance shop that modified that car.
Oh God!
So they said, "Oh, it's because of the modifications that you put on the car."
Yeah,
and
could be.
Yeah, it could be, right? So they did this entire investigation. They took the engine, gearbox, because that's what we have to do to take the fuel tanks out. Because they said the fuel tanks were leaking, and if the fuel tanks are leaking, then that means that it's on you and you're negligent, and we're not going to pay you.
Yeah.
Turns out, I mean, they did the whole. They put like 300 psi into the fuel tanks to see if they're leaking. They weren't leaking.
Yeah.
So it was just like he overfilled it, and it just happened like a freak occurrence.
Yeah.
So they paid him out for the car, and the car sat for a few years with the engine and gearbox out in like crates.
Yeah.
And then it went up for auction, and it went for $45,000 to this company here in Sacramento or something. They just haphazardly put everything together because I guess they work with Lamborghinis somewhat. And then I bought it for $64. Had it sent back, and then I had to take everything apart again. And then
you took the motor and gearbox back out of it?
Twice. Yeah. Because the first time I took everything out, I was like, "Oh, everything's fine." And then I get an email from one of the old owners of the shop that did it. He was like, "You're going to want to check the top of that fuel tank." And I'm like, "Oh, shit, I didn't check the top of the fuel. I got to take the whole thing. It's fine. I'll just do it." So I took the engine out, checked the fuel tank, redid all the lines because the lines were horrible. I mean, if you want to talk about shoddy work, this was a rush job on a rush job, and on a Lamborghini that's making 1,000 horsepower, you know, that it's an insane thing. Like, why you would ever try that? But this is a Gold Rush Rally car. So he wanted it in time for Gold Rush Rally, and he never made it.
This is literally like like a reality show. Like, we got to have this fucking thing done by Friday,
SEMA's
man.
tomorrow.
Yeah, SEMA is tomorrow. Right, SEMA's always tomorrow.
Finish the bill.
Yeah, this is like Fast and Loud, except without like Richard Rawlings and a
great.
So, but it was insane. I think he ended up going on Gold Rush Rally, but he didn't take the car.
Yeah,
and for obvious reasons.
Fuck
so,
it, bro. Rent a Camaro from Hertz.
I think he might have gotten a Corvette. But in any case, I got the car, and we had to go through everything. The turbo system was redone from scratch. So nothing on that.
So
is, yeah.
it was like, was the kit based on someone's established kit or nothing at all?
No. It was based on, I have no idea what. It was just based on I know how a turbo work. Like that's it. It's like this is how it do. That's basically.
So does the kit that's on it now works?
So yeah, because we made it. Yeah,
but you made it from scratch.
From scratch, yeah.
Did you save the turbos that were on it, and you redid all the piping?
So we had the thing is, all the stuff that was on it, like the parts and all those things, they were actually very high dollar parts. So their standalone ECU is XS12, which is like 12 grand. The turbos, each one is like $2,500. The intercooler that they made was actually really good. The fuel system, all the fuel pumps and all that stuff, really good quality, the injectors. But the problem is the execution. So he spent a lot of money, but the execution was garbage. So the welding was horrible and all that stuff, so we cut that off. I have a viewer that helped me out. His name is Tony. I call him the welding Jedi because he's just amazing. He's a union pipe fitter. And, okay. And this dude, like, he would work... shout out to Tony. He's an awesome dude. He would work from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on the days where he was helping me out with this project, he would come to my house and work till midnight.
Crazy.
And then and then he was like, yeah, you don't have to pay me or anything. I just like
he's just into the project.
Yeah, but I paid him some money. I was like, I can't just not give you anything. But it's just. It was insane, and he made sure that everything was, he back purged the welds, made sure that there's no slag. We cleaned everything up. And I designed everything to look like one of the, the underground racing kits. Like I just looked up a bunch of pictures of what it should look like, and we just made measurements and kind of made it work. So it makes a pretty decent amount of power. I put it on the dyno on my friend Eric Cruz's dyno. It's a Mustang dyno. Reads super, super low. Like
really low.
His specific dyno reads lower than other Mustang dynos. So he put a McLaren MP4 on it, and it made 420 to the wheels on his dyno. So in my car, on that same dyno, made 620. So this car would probably be around
probably
the
like
800
something
range.
at the wheels. Yeah.
It's
probably fucking fast.
It is very fast. Yeah.
Is it all-wheel drive? Or rear drive?
Not yet. So I haven't put the drive shaft back in. Right now it's rear drive, but
stock internals or built internals?
No, built. Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like under stress then.
Oh no, this isn't. This is not anything.
This would be a reliable twin turbo Lamborghini.
Yeah. So a lot of people
define reliable.
That's what, define reliable. I mean, this
for a Lamborghini.
This thing is always like popping oil lines and stuff like this. There's a lot of stuff that gets stressed. A lot of stuff that gets really hot. Like people don't understand the mid-engine cars. Those cars get super hot.
Stock would get really hot.
Yeah.
Like
I was so surprised when I had it on the dyno. I'm like, dude, I can't like get near this engine bay to like change spark plugs.
Back at the rental company, we had like 05, 07 Spyders like stock.
Yeah.
That would like overheat. Like, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the time. And I was like, I thought fucking Audi engineered this shit. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
It seems like they're better now. Like, the Huracans don't really do it anymore. But, like, those first-gen Spyders, like, would actually get hot and overheat. Like, the Cats would get hot, and they'd throw codes. Like, the left engine bank would fucking overheat.
I think the problem with all those cars is that Italians and emissions don't really make good bedfellows. So they go, oh, well, we'll have this car do 800 horsepower or something, whatever new car is coming out. And then they go, we'll do it once or we'll do it twice. You're not going to do that all day because the Cats are going to get so crazy hot they're just going to burn something.
Yeah.
And then when some rich dude wants to buy it and then just do pulls every day, all day, and then he's like, oh, my car burst into flames. What happened?
Yeah.
They're not designed for that. But this car, I made sure that we heat shielded everything. I put like this gold.
Did you get the gold?
Yeah. I had D.
How much is the gold?
So it's like, I think it's like $30 a roll.
That doesn't sound like that much.
It's not that much. It's not that much, but it adds up when you're like doing everything.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a meme.
Is there
now.
like adhesive on it?
Yeah. So it's an adhesive back gold foil, and
there it is. Look at that.
Yeah, so I put it everywhere. I took it off the intake because it looked kind of crappy.
Is that the air box?
No, that's the intercooler.
That's the intercooler.
Yeah, so that can flow a lot of air. That's the air to water intercooler. And after that, I made a actually a tank.
That is a big fucking chunk.
It
of gold.
It is. It is, but it works. I mean, I put a FLIR gun on it, and it keeps everything nice and cool.
Awesome.
But a lot of people on the internet do not like that. They're like, "Why are you doing that? Why can't you?" Man,
it looks terrible.
Because thermodynamics. That's why.
It looks terrible. You can't see it.
Well,
it's under that cover.
Well, on their Lamborghini, they can do anything they want.
Yeah. But it's like A lot of supercars do that. A lot of modified cars do that. It reflects the heat the best. It's the best.
Exactly.
There's no art. It's not like a subjective argument.
Yeah. So, but I made sure to do everything in that engine bay. This is like early stages of us mocking up the turbo system. We have a piece of wood with some zip ties where the turbo go, and
Where the turbo go?
Where the turbo go? What
Where
the turbo
the turbo
do?
go?
Where the turbo go?
What a pain in the ass. How many hours do you have into this car? Honestly,
a lot. I have no. How do you count hours? Like, is it because I was
you subtract the end ones from the beginning ones. From
I don't know
ones.
how that works. See, I never get into the whole like how much time did you spend, because it's like how much time do you spend on YouTube? Like how much, because it's not just like you on screen. It's like, are you thinking about it? You know, are you doing research? Are you like, if it's that, then it's free. I don't want to know what that number is.
No, all right, fine.
Yeah, but working on the car, like easily hundreds of hours, maybe 1,000. I have no idea. But that was right when I took everything apart. Yeah, so I took there was a rat's nest of wires and stuff. This is early stages. When was this? February 25th, almost a year ago.
Would you recommend someone working on a Gallardo in their garage?
Yes, I would. They are really easy to work on.
Really?
Very easy to work on. Yeah.
Huh. What's your definition of easy?
Audi products usually are very hard. Like the worst car I've ever worked on was the Audi A6 2.7T. It took me 3 days to do a starter because it's just like you have to do this thing called
service carrier position.
Service carrier position.
What is this? What is that? What's
the
a service
entire
carrier?
front of the car has to move like 3 inches forward.
Ugh.
Yeah, so it's like
including the engine.
No. Just like the front clip, basically, forward of the engine, and that allows you to get some space. So with this, it's just a big skateboard with the back being engine. So everything is easy to get to.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So this is super easy. Again, people are scared of working on exotics. Not all exotics are like this. I guarantee you that if you had a Diablo, a Murcielago, or a Countach, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Like
there's a little nuance to the Countach, although having someone living in your house named Vinny who can work on Countaches is
that helps.
Quite helpful.
Yeah, if you have a live-in mechanic.
We did successfully diagnose and fix a problem.
Yeah, that's great.
Vehicle.
That's great, dude. I mean, that car is insane.
It growls.
Yes, it is.
It is insane. And just looking at that engine bay, that was like, there's so many hoses and stuff going everywhere. It's like this little ecosystem of like, it's
a village in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
We had a funny period, I think, like, you know, from like the 10s to the 60s, engines were kind of simple. There was like 8 wires or whatever. Then the 70s got busy. Then the 80s and early 90s, like that Supra I shot, it was like, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
you ever
it's
look
a little more
back
than
a little
we
bit.
need.
You ever look under the hood of like a Lancia Delta Integrale?
Oh my God, yeah.
the density of engine compartment
Of course,
under that.
Yeah.
There isn't an inch to spare anywhere in that fucking thing.
Well, it's interesting because I see the difference.
Look at Zach. Just look at the density of the engine compartment.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
That is an efficient use of space.
Yeah, they really got the packaging down. It's like,
God help you if you have to do anything on that.
it looks like a perfectly packed suitcase. Like it's like, hang on a second, honey, I got this. Just stand back. I'm gonna Tetris this thing in there.
This is like you have a bunch of grocery and you have to make one trip back to the house. You can't make 2. Yeah. So,
motorcycle folks know how this one goes. It's fucking
It's like a Honda Civic engine with another Honda Civic engine behind it.
Yeah.
Well,
and the engine, the head looks like it couldn't possibly be connected to the wheels.
Well, it's like cantilevered out, right? Yeah. So I could see the difference in era because I have a 95 F355.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so me taking that apart.
You have most of one.
It's most of one. It's like 30% of one. Yeah. It's like,
This was Tyler Hoover's car, right? That caught on fire?
Yes. So Tyler Hoover had a F355 Spyder and it had a Capristo exhaust. Really, really nice sound.
But it sounded fucking rowdy as hell, man.
It sounded so good. The exhaust is fine, so I'm going to sell that.
Do you know where he bought this car?
So he bought it in Kansas. A guy there was, he had it for a while. And I think he bought it for, like, he traded his NSX plus 10 grand, which basically meant that he got the car for like 50 grand.
probably a good deal.
It's
other
not
than
it's
the
not,
fact that it caught fire.
It's not bad. And the reason why it caught fire, it was such a letdown, but also, you know, like I wouldn't have it if that wasn't the case. There's a little hose on the back of the engine.
Yeah.
And it's all it does is it rubs on the fuel line. And Ferrari has a recall, and what they do in that recall is they turn that hose 90 degrees. That little hose fitting 90 degrees, and then that's it. You're done. No fire. But this wasn't done, and you just.
What does turning it 90 degrees do?
Because the thing that you use to
So a hose clamp, the one you use the screwdriver to tighten down.
Sure.
Okay, you got the hose and you got the screw, right? And then you have the motor. The motor would torque. It would move that screw back and forth ever so slightly, like
it would start it would saw it.
So all you do is you loosen the clamp, twist it to where the screw is on the other side, and then tighten it, and boom, recall done. That's it.
Yeah. And it's insane.
That's incredible.
It's insane. So that's what happened.
Cars.
And we have a fried Ferrari, and you can see, like, I can clearly see where the fuel line ruptured.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fuel line ruptured and just went everywhere, and it just destroyed everything.
Just had my friend Donnie Calloway on the podcast, vintage Ferrari expert, and he says that even in a best case scenario. This is the one you don't want to own.
So
355 Spyder. He specified F1s.
So the F1s I would hate.
Yeah.
But here's why I really want to own that, because I think it's one of the best looking ones.
I can't argue.
Because I'm turning it into a hardtop. I don't like the Spyder, so it's going to be a Berlinetta.
Are you what?
Yeah.
How does one do that?
So
do you have to find another burn?
I'm working.
coupe?
Yeah, I'm working with a company that's going to provide all the parts.
Stop it.
So they have a Ferrari dismantlers yard. It's actually called Fur Parts, and they have a bunch of like F355s and whatever. So
Fur Parts.
FERR parts. Yeah.
Zach, can we see if that's a thing and we can buy some shit?
Yeah. So they gave me a really good deal on my Bentley engine. So I have a Bentley that needs an engine, and they gave me a pretty good deal on it.
I wonder if they have any AC knobs for Countachs.
Yeah,
they might. I need one.
They probably do, but they know everything about that. So the Ferrari F355 has
these new arrivals.
Yep.
Oh, we've got.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, burned out 355 with a roof there.
I got it.
Okay.
That's mine.
Whoa.
That is going to be mine.
Is that going to be yours?
Is
that roof coming to you, buddy?
I am about to that whole car.
Zach,
that whole car better be coming to me.
I thought I was like showing something I wasn't supposed to because everybody freaked out.
No, well, I mean, unless they're about to blow up the spot and someone else needs a Ferrari roof.
Amazing.
Someone's gonna.
This is definitely doable.
So wait, how do you graft this? Because this hardtop is it connected? Like so, molded to the rear quarter panel?
that's not the best because you see the quarter panels like really dented.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
looks like aluminum foil.
It'll buff right out.
You bump this out, no problem.
So what you do is you just take it off at the spot welds, because all the the structure, the interior structure, it's the same between the Spyder and the hardtop. If you look at the Ferrari parts manual, the hardtop is a removable item technically. Like you can like weld it on, and it's from the factory. That's what they do. So everything starts out with that basic shell of a Spyder, and then they just add on to it. So I'm not changing anything. There's no extra rigidity or anything added.
I mean, I've driven a coupe versus a Spyder though.
Yeah.
Rigidity is added.
No, the rigidity is added only when you attach the top.
Yeah.
Because then it basically closes the circuit.
Yeah. There's a difference.
No, what
the
I'm saying
Spyders are fucking jiggly.
No, what I'm saying is on the Spyders, usually they add rigidity in terms of like doors. But they don't do that here.
Yeah.
So because they're like, it's the same car. But in this, what I would do is I would just cut off from the A-pillar and then cut off past the quarter panel and then just graft that on. Basically, just draw the spot welds and put it on.
And you'd make it a GTB or a GTS?
GTB. GTS is hard to do just because
you have a third thing you have to fit.
Yeah. GTB would be a lot better. I think the lines are a little cleaner too.
Can you fucking speedster it? Like,
you could, but I think the lines of that car are so good, and the Spyder
GTB is probably the way to do it.
So
so what's fucking usable in this shitbox?
I think
it looks pretty goddamn melty.
The shift knob made it.
The shift knob did make it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We have gated shifter. Yeah. So I think the engine is usable.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looked pretty melty.
It did, but I think the only thing that melted was the timing cover and the top of it. So which which is all plastic. The intake manifold, all that stuff is just plastic. So I chipped that away. I had a video. Yeah, I took it out and I chipped everything away, and it's actually not bad. I need to put a new timing belt on it, and I need to.
You need all new hoses, I think.
Of course, yeah. All the gaskets and stuff are going to be replaced.
So anything that wasn't metal.
So are you going to have to take that engine completely apart and rebuild it again?
Not necessarily. So I put a borescope down in the cylinder, and I was worried about water because obviously there's a lot of water going into it when they that's the engine. So that's after I cleaned it up, and it doesn't look that bad. Like I took the valve cover off, it looks brand new. And I took off.
How long was it on fire for? You know,
a few minutes, but it was a good fire. I'm not gonna play it down. That's on the internet. Like it's
very healthy fire.
Well, what's interesting
on the
though
scale
is
of 0 to salamandrin, how
it might have been as bad as salamandrins.
It's a big fire.
Yeah, it is.
You can buy that.
So everybody on the internet has been talking to me about that. Here's the thing. I don't have $1 million. So
is that what a salvage Senna is going for?
Probably. They're 1.5 million. You're gonna knock off 500 grand and then call it a day.
Completely melted Senna for $1 million.
Literally, like thousands of people have given me messages about this car.
Let me tell you something right now. I wouldn't give you $6 for that fucking melted hunk of shit.
I'd give you 10. I'd give
12.
10.
I'll sell that wheel on eBay for like a G.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine how hard it would be to put carbon fiber that McLaren this is how many of these do they make? Like 6?
Happening. It's not happening.
Yeah,
you're not fixing that.
People think that you can just take this car, go to Harbor Freight, and then have it done in a weekend. Like this is past saving, unless it's a parts car for some other Senna, which is never going to happen, or some guy with a 720.
Find out if you can fix a McLaren at home when fucking Tyler Hoover's McLaren goes to shit and you buy it for $12.
No, so
you're grafting on this roof. You have to make sure. I mean, if you want to, that each side is to the millimeter perfectly aligned. Right. Everything's straight. Everything's perfectly welded. And then when you weld it, that it doesn't heat up and warp anything.
Yeah,
that's all really challenging.
Yeah.
So forget this shit with molding carbon fiber back together and grafting it.
You need to have $1 billion facility to do any of this.
And then you just buy one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like then you just afford it, and then. When you
suppose since the convertible top on this was trashed anyway, and you have to buy a completely new top and mechanism, which is insanely expensive,
right? So
from the ground up, the hard top is maybe not more.
And I don't like the way it looks. So honestly, if I buy another car, because I bought this one for 18 grand. If I buy another one, let's say it costs 20, I'm into a 38 and I have what is essentially a complete car, and I just have to put it back together. That's not too bad, and it's something that I can do from the ground up, so I can do my own paint. I do want to put a turbo kit on it. A turbo setup that I want to do. Apparently they can handle a decent amount of power, so we'll probably get up to like 550 range.
I drove a 348 that had twin turbos on it, and it was a fucking animal.
Well, that's I watched that video plenty of times, and that's what cemented my.
That's a real good video.
Yeah,
Steve
really
Maxwell built it down in San Diego, and it was unreal.
Oh, yeah. So I want something that's.
I really should have bought that car when it sold.
348, so that's 3.4 liter V8, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah. So I just want something that's super responsive, so like a regular small turbo.
Yeah.
And then just have it make 7 to 10 psi, and then that should be like.
Yeah, this thing was making. God, I can't remember what the actual boost pressure was, but it was 600 wheel, and
it was
rowdy
probably
as hell.
Less than 15 or something at that point.
I don't think it was that much. I remember being pretty shocked at how low it was.
It's low. I mean, my Lamborghini at a power level, it's 9 psi.
Yeah.
So it's
those VF supercharger kits are run like 8.5 or 9, and they make 900 horsepower.
You don't need a lot of power. It's like all up top. It's those engines are designed really well.
Yeah.
Like it's not a Honda where you're like, oh, I'll just get a cold air intake. Like, nah, you're not getting any power from that. It's fine. But I gotta hit
you're
them up.
You're putting a hard top on a 355. All right, cool.
That's the car. I think they should just send me that car.
But
just send it to me.
Well, getting the interior right is gonna. That's gonna be no.
Just get a whole nother car. Get a whole nother car and just swap the interior.
A whole other car.
I took everything out. The interior, honestly, if you take everything out of the car like I did, it doesn't look that bad. It's just the metal is a little bit
looks pretty bad right here, dude.
Looks pretty bad.
No, I didn't. That's not with everything out. That's with the interior still in there. I just took the seats out. But again, you see the metal that's kind of rusted.
Oh,
yeah,
there you
see right there. It's like the interior structure is still okay.
Yeah.
There's no like on the bottom, no metal is warped. The wiring is still good.
All
so I do have to do like all new harnesses and stuff because the gauge cluster burnt. The gauge cluster just because the fire went up.
Good opportunity. Make up your own mileage. Have fun.
Yeah. But I mean, there's plenty of companies that said they'll do a gauge like a custom gauge cluster or something. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be awesome.
But
custom gauge cluster.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit more modern or something. Because well, the thing is,
driven a 355. The gauges are wonderful.
The gauges on these don't look very good.
You cannot improve that.
You can definitely improve that.
How?
Are you thinking of the 360? Because the 360 had good gauges. This had like Ford Ranger gauges. These were not good.
Look at that.
That's not
Those
great.
Are lovely.
That's not great.
Those are lovely.
So you're wrong, but no, they're okay. They're okay. They're very.
Who makes those, Zach? Because that says Jaeger in the middle of the speedometer.
It says Veglia.
Oh, Veglia. Yeah, those are fucking. Those are absolutely beautiful. 355 has gorgeous gauges.
Those are fine. I just think
that's a shit picture.
You can.
I will accept if you want to shit on like my Countach gauges because they're kind of janky and even one of them's a couple degrees off.
Sure,
that's factory.
Yeah.
I get it, but 355, that's a beautiful gauge cluster.
It's fine. I think we can do it a little better because I'm going to be using a standalone. And with the standalone, I don't want to have to make this, see the signals and all that stuff. I'd rather have a.
Well, you
custom...
go like race pack though?
No,
Race Logic or something?
No, I want it to still be a street car. It's definitely going to be something because I don't race. I don't take my cars to racetracks usually, but I love driving on the street. I love just going on spirited runs. And if I can have a car that will act like a car when I need it, then I think that's probably the best option. I could make the gauges work, but the gauge cluster is very expensive. So these are like $1,500, $2,000. And I'm like, if I'm spending that kind of money, I could probably get something that looks like that, but just have modern functionality. Maybe has more than one trip odometer, whatever.
Oh, just don't fucking digitize it.
No, I hate that. I hate that. No. So what I want is for it to look period. I talked to 1552 Matt at 1552, and I want like period looking wheels, something like a 5-spoke.
355s look, I mean, even fucking tarmacs look really cool on 355s. I can't argue with that.
So
that's fine.
Yeah.
But like the fucking Summit Racing hot rod gauges.
No.
No.
I would never do
and
that.
Don't
never,
do an
never.
iPad.
No.
There's a place for that, but I don't think in Ferrari is the right place.
So in this, I want it to look like, not necessarily that it came out the Ferrari factory, but just something that kind of like a resto mod type of thing, So the point of this car is going to be like a homage to a Ferrari F40, like a poor man's F40. So it's going to be lowered, maybe have some 5 spokes like an F40, and have a twin turbo kit, low boost, but it makes a decent amount of power, very responsive, that sort of thing. And the engine is derived from an F40, the F129. So it's going to be in that style, and there's it's going to be on a budget.
Where are you going to have? I guess if you don't have the convertible top and mechanism, does that make more room for turbo-y things?
No. So actually, the turbos go the same place where my Lamborghini turbos are, right behind the engine. So they're.
And what about intercoolers on top?
Yeah. So the F40 uses air-to-air intercoolers. I could use an air-to-water, but then you have to do tank lines, pump, all that stuff. So I could with a 7. Yeah, right there. It's turbo, whatever, twin turbo kit. The first. So this is a kit that somebody made. I think of some company called Nispro or something, and they have a twin turbo kit. And they didn't sell very many of them, but
Are those the intercoolers canted sort of back right next to the mufflers?
Yeah, I think so. But they're probably air to water. And what I can do is the intercoolers on a F40 are air to air, and they're right behind the intakes.
Right.
And I could do that as well.
They're basically on this image where those curved pieces of pipe are.
Yeah, so I don't like how that looks.
Intercoolers.
I don't like how that looks. I think that looks kind of empty. I'd like to be like a bit more of a showcase of what the turbo system looks like. So there's a lot of legroom I have to legroom. There's a lot of work that we have to do to get it to that spec. So that's what the Ferrari F40 looks like. And
maybe you could do a Ferrari F40-esque rear window / engine cover.
I was looking at that, and they actually don't make them. You know where they make them? For an MR2. I got an impacted asshole full of MR2 when I looked up.
Really?
Looked that up. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're bye fucking cookies.
Yeah. So that's what F40. That looks real nice, and I could definitely do that. That's not hard at all. So
that's just like intercooler right into intake.
Yeah.
4 inches between the intercooler.
What's the efficiency difference between a air to liquid and a air to air?
It all depends on the application, how much boost you're running, and how much what the airflow is. So this would probably heat soak if you gave it a lot of track time or something like that. With the air to water, if you have a good pump, if you have a good reservoir, if you have enough fluid, then you should have better cooling than with an air to air. The thing is, I'm not going to be pushing much power, so it's not going to be there's not going to be air there, not going to be heated air to cool down. So it should be okay for what I'm doing, and also makes things a lot easier. That way, if I have to change something, I don't have to start pulling lines and bleeding systems and whatnot.
What's your power target? Like, if you're not going to make a lot of power, then what's the point?
So a lot of power.
Win the internet.
When I say not a lot of power, I mean like
you mean relative to other.
I mean Ferrari 458 levels of power, like 550 to 600 to the crank. So I think that's fine. That's a lot of power for any car.
These motors, like a 355 or that 348, is like the motor itself is so conducive to turbos because you're always above $3,000 anyway.
Yeah.
You're just always because the motor doesn't even feel right below that. So
they love turbos. Like my Lamborghini, it's crazy how when I had it on the dyno, it started making almost full boost at like 3,500 RPM.
Yeah.
And these are like two pretty decently sized turbos, and it just it's love to rev, and the second boost hits, it just takes off, and it's very linear. It makes all the power up top.
All of them, all those cars with the small bore V8s, and they all rev so high anyway that you might it takes advantage of what turbos are good at. Sorry, I'm like rubbing my fucking knee because my leg is like fucked up.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm like over here. It looks like I'm jerking off under the table. But I'm really
what are you doing, Andrew?
I'm really trying to like fucking work something out of my knee. Damn it! I'm the worst.
Yeah, man. But there's so many projects on the horizon. I got that. I got a Bentley.
The Bentleys are funny because because what's wrong with this now?
So that's after we had it. The guys from the Rag Company, they're a microfiber towel company. They came and we did a full detail on it. And I bought this Bentley for $11,000. And
it looks pretty good for 11.
It looks fantastic.
Those are also those wheels. I forget what the name
Mulliner.
of the Mulliner wheels.
Mulliner wheels.
Yeah, those are the best wheels on that car.
Yeah. They definitely are. So Tyler Hoover put those wheels on. So he bought the car for $26,000, I believe, and then he put some work into it, and he put those wheels on. I think it was in the car for $30,000, and I bought it for $11,000. So
what happened to go? Wait. So what series of events led from being 30 into it to selling it to you for 11?
Because it was taking too long. He needed to buy an engine to do an engine. The engine needs to be replaced. So he was like, "I'm not going to spend another $10,000 on this car. Listen, if you want it, you can have it." And I was like, "I don't really want it because I don't need a Bentley." And he was like, "Dude, you give me like $11,000, like I think it was like 10, and then somebody said 12, and he was like, I'll give it to you for 11, and I'm like, fine, I'll just wire you the money right now. And now I have a Bentley, so but
it needs a motor. Back in the day, Gotham Dream Cars. I love bringing up the early days of Gotham Dream Cars.
Experience with supercars.
Fun.
Yeah, of course.
And the customers did the craziest, dumbest shit you can imagine.
Right.
Someone rented a Bentley GT like yours. I think it was an 05 or 06.
Yeah.
Hamptons in the summer, rained like a motherfucker. Rained like it was raining earlier today, but all day. Someone drove that bitch right into. They rented it, and their chef drove it, and the chef drove it into like 18 inches of water. Hydro locked the motor. The thing had like 1,000 miles on it. It was brand new.
Great.
And they they hit the customer's credit card for $72,000 for a new engine.
Nice.
$72,000. So you need one of those.
I got one already.
For how much?
$3,900.
Really?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
God, times have changed.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean they're used. They're usually between 10 and 12 grand.
Is that is that like a short block? Or you?
Oh
like,
no, it's the whole thing.
The entire thing.
Engine.
Complete
Yes.
engine. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
was
With
it
how
out of the
many
car already
miles
or
on
in the
it?
car? Or in the car?
40,000. 40,000
40,000 mile engine. Was that like a crashed car or something?
Oh yeah, I was out of crashed car, and yeah, it's listen.
I wonder how much if you tried to get a brand new one from Bentley, if they'd still charge you 70.
It would probably. So if you got a brand new engine from Lamborghini, if I needed one, it would be 52 grand, something like that. So I think Bentley would probably be around there, like 50, 60 grand. Yeah, they don't play around. They are. Oof.
I think Armin needs to replace his Mini Cooper engine, and a brand new one is $3,900.
Is it really?
Yeah,
That's
for
actually
a third of the
I'm
cylinders.
selling my entire
Funny.
Mini Cooper for like less than that, or just a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Armin.
Put you in touch afterwards.
Armin earmuffs.
Mini Cooper S, it runs great.
Don't tell. Wait, are you selling it? Is it nice?
It's
Is it
very
all
nice.
right?
It's very nice.
How much you want for it?
I'm asking 6 or best offer.
It's an S.
Yeah,
Yes.
but okay.
What
here's-
year?
It's a 2011 S, so it has the N18 B16A, so it's the good motor.
Okay.
It's got here's the thing, it's got 156,000 miles on it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about my friend Vinny Russo, who was always on the hunt for a value and needs
It is,
a
it
commuter
is an
car.
extremely clean car. So
But-
we did a video on it.
Yeah, we did a series called Art of the Flip. The thing is, for most car people, it's an automatic.
Oh,
So a
Yeah.
lot of people don't like it.
is
but
that it
Yeah.
right there?
There
we
she is.
brought it back to stock because Andrew had a bunch of Hot Boy stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
So we brought
Hot
it.
boys.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of hot boy stuff we talking about.
So he had a straight pipe. Made a crazy amount of pops and crackles.
It was turbo back straight pipe.
Burble tune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was just from the factory with the stock
I know.
exhaust. They burble.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so I had the turbo back straight pipe. I had the cold air intake, a Forge Motorsport blow off valve.
Oh, yeah.
I was dropped on some Vogelin springs. I had some 16x8 like kind of Panasport looking wheels on it.
Yeah, we took all that back to stock.
Oh, there it is. I
Yeah,
see it.
there she
yeah,
is.
there it
Yeah, I
is.
had the hood scoop
There we
on
go.
there. all
I'll
sorts
tell
of
you
cool
what, I
stuff.
like the Panasport wheels.
Yeah, thanks.
I think that works.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
it does.
it wasn't bad, but we just brought everything back to
that
stock and it
works.
looks a lot better.
What's happening with the headlights?
It looks like it would rub. Yes, also the headlights.
What are the headlights about?
So
there?
those are aftermarket headlights to kind of mimic the F56, the newer body style.
It looks like you gave your Mini Cooper ecstasy and its pupils were dilated. That's what it looks like.
Yes. Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Andrew,
Check
just-
out my Panasports.
Do you guys have water? I'm so thirsty. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that car's for sale. It's actually pretty nice, and it's taking up space in my shop. So
Panasports are
that's always
Oh, the shop.
that's my shop.
How about that, huh?
5,000 square, 5,200 square
Fucking-
feet.
You fill it up in 6 hours, right?
Yeah,
it's like already
it
full.
is. It is full of
It's a
junk.
lovely shop. I'm so jealous
Yeah.
of your space.
Yeah. I mean, right now it is a real pile of garbage because it's. I just did a 4-day build with Chris from BS for Build. He was here last time, and we did a Z4 that had been salvaged 3 times.
Thrice.
God.
Yeah, so we had 4 days
Why
to
do we?
rebuild it.
Are there details noted in why the thrice is salvage?
yeah.
So I have a friend, my friend Will, that works at an exotic car dealership in Tampa. So I sent him the VIN number. I said, "Hey, can you bring me back a Carfax on this thing?" He sends me a 3-page Carfax. It's been salvaged thrice. It's flood damaged. There's something about an odometer rollback potentially.
Yeah.
Like this car has led a very, very.
Well, once you get past flood, who really cares about how
It
many
doesn't
miles
matter.
are on?
It does not matter. But we
You
got
know
it. We
what
got it
you
running
do?
and driving.
when I send VIN numbers to Doug DeMuro.
Oh yeah.
Doug is my Carfax. I just text him
He's your
VIN.
plug.
And you know he gets a little dopamine hit every time. You're like,
Oh yes, I just search something. Yes,
Quirks and features. Quirks and features.
everything he searches is better value for his unlimited membership.
exactly.
Yes.
Dude, it's so we had this car and it was a crazy pile of crap, and we had 4 days. We did mechanical, we did the suspension, we got BC Racing coilovers, we had to repair it because the front was just crunched in.
It was crashed.
Yeah,
too?
it was crashed. It was crashed pretty good. And if you actually go to BS for Build Instagram, you can see it. You can see the before and after. And we did paint in 4 days.
Really?
We did bodywork and paint in 4
I
days.
bet that paint was real high quality.
Well, it wasn't great. But for 4 days, I think it came out okay. So
that red thing?
so that's what. So yeah, go to that middle one, and that's probably the video of from.
Oh, it looks pretty good afterwards.
Again, this is I think it's.
Wait, is that a matte gray?
Yes. So this is
just primer.
No. This is Hockenheim silver metallic from an M2, from a 2019 M2.
Man, do you really know how to sell that?
I do.
You do.
It doesn't.
Hockenheim silver.
This doesn't do it
metallic.
justice because it looks like it's gray skies above because it's got a lot more flake to it. A lot more shine in person.
But we did. But it's a matte finish because we didn't have time for clear. And
Wait, Zach, give me the 3/4 picture there on the left. The full. That looks pretty nice.
Yeah, so we fixed and we had a.
What's the body kit about?
So the body kit is a fiberglass kit, and
what are we hiding?
No, honestly, the body kit was just to make it look a little bit more aggressive. We have Koenig wheels on there, Nitto tires, and
you got some Tesla gaps going on here.
So the gaps are they're going to be there.
Alignment issue.
Yeah, so the entire car,
black.
the entire car,
the gaps a little bit.
Like if you look at the car from a forward angle, it's kinked. Like there's a good sway to it.
The roof, the entire roof line is passenger side bias.
Yeah, there's a considerable bias in this car.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane.
Got a little crab walk to it.
How's the alignment and everything? Just
alignment wasn't horrible. It didn't
like a lifted truck. Horrible.
No. So if you let the steering wheel go, it did want to go to the right, but other than that, like it was fine. We adjusted the camber as much as we could. You could probably get that car dialed in, and it was super cheap. I mean, it's a 2014. I think you bought it for $3,200, something like that. But it was so much work. One day, the last day rather, Chris was painting until 8 in the morning. I left at 5 to go home because I was like, I got other shit to do.
Why did you only have 4 days?
Because we are bad planners. Oh. And Chris, we do this thing every year where we like do a collaboration or we do like a challenge, and this year we decided to do this. And honestly, I mean, next year we'll do something where like we work against each other, but we usually do it in a week where he goes with his girlfriend to Disney World because they are like huge Disney fans. And really? I had to go here. We started the road trip here. So we both had like a hard out, and we had like no time to do it.
I didn't realize if it was just like a made-up rule.
No. I mean, I'd love...
You don't need to stay up till 8 a.m. painting.
Right.
It's okay.
No.
The videos can be edited.
Right. Dude, the first 3 days of this build were me saying, how do I just say fuck this shit?
Yeah.
Like, how do I just be like, you know what? We don't have to do this car. We can just sell it.
Yeah.
we can just run away.
Yeah, we can just run away. It's like the world will not explode if we don't put out a video. But Chris is very, very adamant. Like he's a.
Well, does he still have his day job too? Like
no. We're both in it to win it. Apparently.
Okay. I thought that's why he had a 4-day limit.
No. He has. He definitely does this full time, but. It's an interesting thing. I mean, you definitely don't want to rush builds. I wish we had more time with this car. I think we could have done it in like 2 or 3 weeks. That would have been okay. But 4 days, it's like Jesus Christ, we're like really running on the middle.
I mean, that before picture of that car it's real fucking before.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
It was brutal. That is a crashed car.
Yeah. And then and it ran and drove. So again. Credit where credit is due. Chris did a really good job with what he could, and it was me, Chris, Andrew, and Eric, my tuner, and we just kind of knocked everything out. It was that was what I was staring at for a while in my shop. Yeah, and now I'm staring at something that kind of finished. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. That has to go back to Chris or something. I don't know.
Can you sell it?
Maybe, but
with a clear conscience, though. That's the
well. Here's the reason why.
Drift missile.
Because if you sell a car like that, you're gonna run the risk of somebody like this is a rush build, and it was clear from like Chris made it clear that it was a rush build. We had no time, so if you sell it, some person's gonna go on YouTube and go like, oh, this is what their work looks like, or yeah. So I don't think that's gonna happen. What we can do is we can donate it to charity, and then they can basically like part it out or like scrap metal or something like that. Yeah. I think that's probably the best thing to do. But like selling it on Craigslist, that's gonna be like, oh, this car has
you don't want to deal
crazy
with that.
I don't want to deal with that. and then you have a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, I bought something from Tavarish," and like, it's not even my car. I didn't pay for it. So, yeah. So I don't need that. But I am.
You could drift it until it dies, and then donate it to charity.
We could, but honestly, there's other cars that we could do it better with.
All right.
So,
that's a good point. They're a little heavy.
Yeah, they're not great.
But this one runs and drives right now.
For 4 days, you turned a real pile of shit into a car that actually looks like a complete car.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's again labor of love. That's why we do it.
That's pretty good, man.
But yeah. So today, I met Mike Brewer.
Oh, the Wheeler Dealers guy. Yeah.
And it's really interesting because Mike. I mean, I've been watching him for forever. Andrew's been a fan for forever. Andrew
is that my head in the background of that picture?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was gonna say I didn't get to say hello. I was right there, and actually, there's evidence of me being right there and not getting to say hello. It's cool.
But
that guy rules.
There emerged like some drama on my Instagram, like. Because Mike started, I don't know I don't know why Mike reads comments, but he reads comments and it looks like he takes them to heart and he like comments back and he's like, it looks like he's very shaken by the changes that happened in Wheeler Dealers. So I mean,
think people blamed him for Ed China.
I know,
leaving.
and honestly, have you seen the new Wheeler Dealers? It's very good.
It is really good.
I watched a little bit of one and I found, what's the new guy's name?
Ant Anstead.
Yeah, I found him to be all right.
I thought
there he is. I thought he
honestly,
was cool.
I think he's first.
Mike's a sweet guy.
I think Mike's great. So Ant is he used to have a bunch of other car shows in the UK, and they used to do the same thing, kind of like rebuild cars and then sell them. But the way he explains things, it's very like the layman can understand it. And I think the show is a lot better. Oh, that's their Escort RS with a double, triple wing.
Yeah,
so sick.
Yes.
So it was really cool because he went to the original designer, and the original designer said, "I originally designed this with a third wing, but they couldn't do it because of XYZ law or cost or whatever." So he was like, "I'm just gonna make that," and then he made a third wing on there, and then the designer was like, "That's my original design."
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That's awesome. Like who else does that? Nobody else does that. Not doing it out fast and loud, like So. Honestly,
they got a lot of Miller Lite over there, man. A lot of Miller Lite.
Have you seen the Richard Rawlings on Joe Rogan? It was actually pretty good.
I haven't. Whatever that amazing thing is lapping the track that Zach has pulled up. What the fuck is that?
It's something from Ant's Instagram.
That is one of the prettiest cars I've ever seen. Is that an Aston Martin of some kind?
No,
it looks like
it's a hand-built thing, Dowsett cars, but there's a photo up here.
What the fuck was that? That was like the prettiest car I've ever seen.
Is that it?
No, that's an Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato.
No, this is Dowsett Classic Cars.
Really?
This is something they're making.
Interesting.
I'll find. There's an article down there.
I want to touch.
That was like the sexiest car I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. Is that it right? That's a still. Whoa.
Ooh, that's nice.
It looks like if you took
builds new retro sports car, so it is a kit car.
It looks like a DB4 GT Zagato meets a Ferrari 250 LM meets a Wiesmann.
Oh yeah.
I love those things.
So it looks like Ant made a company called Dowsett's Classic Cars, and they made 25 of these things.
Dowsett and tire smoke.
The Comet? Is that what it's called? New GT, the Comet.
Nice.
The Comet.
Wow, what a pretty fucking car.
I mean, with that tire smoke coming off the back, probably has an LS or something in it.
Maybe. What? I mean,
probably.
Do you have audio? Let's listen.
Windy.
Yeah.
That's V8.
That's V8.
Sounds like a Mustang.
V8.
Actually,
Yeah,
it might be Rover. Who knows? I mean, it's UK.
No one fucks with a Rover engine anymore.
I don't know. It's classic cars.
Morgan's uses BMW.
Yeah,
V8s.
Actually, that sounded a little BMW.
Could be BMW.
Yeah.
God damn, is that looking hot though? Huh?
That color's really good too.
They have stolen design elements, but they've picked the right ones and put them in the right places.
It's like an Aston plus a C1 Corvette.
Yeah.
The back hip is a little weird.
What other photographs do you have there? Oh, look at this interior.
That's actually not. I mean, that's like TVR spec. That's better than a kit car.
It looks like a first-gen Koenigsegg.
It does, yeah. It definitely does. I wonder is it based on anything? Like, is it based, or is it like a full like metal chassis, like custom fabricated?
I don't know, but you could probably catch the feature on Petrolicious in a few weeks.
Yeah, probably.
That interior really
awesome.
does look like a first-gen Koenigsegg with the round oriented buttons. What the fuck is this?
Not sure. It looks like somebody glued a bunch of nickels onto.
It doesn't. Some of the gaps look different. Like I'm not sure. It's gorgeous, but it's interesting. But like the top left button, the gap from that to the screen looks larger than the one to the right.
But it's also handmade, so who knows? Like this is going to be a prototype. And
there you
go. There we go.
LS3. Good call, Freddy.
Awesome.
Good. How weird with those British valve covers.
It is a little weird. A little weird.
Those are like the Rolls-Royce valve covers. And
it's like McMansion valve covers. Yeah. Well, have you seen this scam of...
It looks good, though.
That's not bad.
Wow. That looks good.
Yeah. I like that profile.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Have you guys seen the scam of the TVR Sagaris? There are all these sites were picking up this Sagaris is coming as a kit car. It's $50,000, but they're only making 10 or 100 or something like that. And it's clearly a scam. Like it's clearly this company has never existed before. The pictures that they've had, it's called Grex Automotive, which
that sounds very legitimate.
Yeah. It's based Grex Grex, and it's based in South Africa. But then it's also like it's a shell corporation.
South Africa.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, so none of these pictures are of a kit car. These are
actual TVR Sagaris images.
So reserve it now. Only 10 Sagaris GTs. Yeah, okay. It's only $50,000, $60,000. So that picture that they have, it's just a poorly photoshopped. They just put Grex on the number plate. That's all they did. And they said, "Oh, we can make right-hand drive or left-hand drive," and they posted a left-hand drive Sagaris. And they're like, "Oh, this is one of our kits." Turns out that was one of the only TVR Sagarises made in left-hand drive from the factory, like 10 years ago. And that's obviously not the car.
Shady fucking people.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that sounds so sketchy.
But all the journalists, they said, "Oh my God, you can get to see it." Like nobody fact checked nothing. Like they were like, "Hey, this might not be a thing." Like,
I don't even think it's a good idea.
No,
even if it was legitimate, I would say no.
I would so want a Sagaris. You have no idea. I've been looking. You can't get them on show and display. You cannot get these on show and display.
Why not?
Because they too real, man. I have no idea.
It's just too crazy. Well, when do they make them? Wait, when do they make Sagaris?
I think they stopped before 2010. I'm not sure.
I want to say they stopped in 07.
When did they start?
03?
Okay.
02?
I don't know, but they've been making that same car, like this Tuscan.
Yeah,
too.
like
They're
you
all
can
the
get a
same
Tuscan like from like 95 pretty soon.
Yeah, but those are not.
Because that shit was in Swordfish.
Sure, but it's not a very good looking. I mean, I think these look insane. And
I think Sagarises do look very cool.
I think like the side pipes, it just looks really silly and stupid. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is just an insane car.
They have a TVR Sagaris buying guide at Evo?
Yeah.
Step 1, iridescent.
Yeah.
Explore your iridescent options.
I mean, I have no idea how much they're probably going up in value. They have to be.
You know, I don't know. There's no like TVR that's worth a lot of money. I mean, I've never seen one sell for huge money, even a classic one or anything.
Well, when we're talking about huge money, I'm just talking about like more than like 5 years ago. I'm not talking about like, oh, there's gonna be a $1.5 million Sagaris. That's never gonna happen.
Isn't it?
I've never seen one for sale.
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, with a story though,
all.
like they've changed ownership so many times. Is this one of those things where it's like, yes, they're gorgeous, but for value to go up, you go, who can fix it, where the parts come from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like this is the pinnacle example of that.
Yeah,
like you need to own a small materials company to buy one of these things.
So I bought, actually, the reason why I'm here is because I bought a car, but I also bought another car. So I basically bought 2 cars.
And friendship.
And friendship. That's the reason we're all here, because we're all friends.
That's why you drove a dually from Florida.
That's why I drove a dually, because I love you guys.
And your other cars don't have engines.
And my other cars don't. Yeah, they have engines. They're just not in the cars. But I bought a car here. I'm not going to announce what it is, but I also bought another one, which is I can just say that it's a Japanese import.
Yes.
And I realized that importing Japanese cars a little bit harder than I thought. There is.
But you live in Florida.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
There's rules in Florida, apparently. Well, there's rules federally. You can get the car, like, as long as you can get the car off the boat, then you're pretty much fine in Florida. But getting the car off the boat, that requires some, like, you need a broker, you need blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few pieces of paper.
Yeah. So I'm going through that, but I bought what is definitely the cheapest imported car, like imported JDM car definitely in the country.
Oh, I think we talked about this briefly.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
the thing we talked about.
It's a little K car. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it's definitely like super cheap, super duper. It was But
have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
I have seen pictures, and the Japanese websites do very good jobs of those pictures.
Okay.
They have pictures. They have like rust reports. They have how many dings and scratches. Like, it's crazy how much detail they have in those things. But I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on bating breath. Waiting.
When do we find out? When do we find out when it comes in?
Probably in a week. Well, it's already here. It's
at what port?
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville, but for me to get it, I have to. I'm working with a company that will do the broker stuff,
yeah.
and then I will be driving that around. That's going to be.
You should.
Yeah.
Good luck fitting in that.
Yeah, it's not going to.
If it is what I think it is, I drove one and I had to take my shoes off to drive it.
It's hilariously small. Yeah, it's a clown car. Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah. But
they're fun.
Yeah.
But especially because you can put big turbos on them.
Yes,
because it's the 660 motor, right? Yeah. So you can put a larger turbo on it and go from, I think it's from 69 horsepower to 85 horsepower.
That one actually is not turbo. So the
AutoZam was turbo.
Yeah.
So this one's not.
You're thinking of something else. So but yeah, it's interesting. But the other car, why I'm here again. A lot of people are gonna have lots of questions and like, what the hell is he talking about? But I'm announcing that I bought a car. I saw it today, and it is rough, and it's going to be quite interesting for a lot of people.
Why are you departing from your normal kind of content to buy a car that's kind of fucked up out here?
I just thought it was a change of pace. You know, I needed something fresh. You know, sometimes you get stale. Sometimes you hit that plateau.
It's like Scorsese making a rom-com, something like that, just going way off base.
I'll throw a tease out there.
Sure. Yeah.
The tease is that we discussed this car briefly before you came out here. I knew you were coming out with a trailer and whatever.
Yeah.
And even though I have a mild amount of experience in this area, I did not warn you to check the measurements of your trailer.
So I did check the measurements of my trailer, but the thing is, I did not check the measurements of the car.
Oh yeah,
So I Googled the measurements of the car, and what Google said and what the measurement said were two totally different numbers. So so it was way shorter in the front, way wider in the back. So this thing in the back is going to be hilarious. I have no idea.
I don't know where they picked the actual number from.
No, I think it's an average of the two, and that's where it wants to live. So
we have a bunch of questions from people, and we're going to get to those right now. And I see Zach. How many do we have? A lot. Not that many. Okay, so get them in now, and then we're going to cut that off on the super chat if you're with us live. Not that many, but that's okay. Lastly, Zach and I are coming to Florida in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
We are flying to Atlanta. We are picking up the Million Mile Lexus and driving it to you.
Yes.
The car currently has 631 miles to go on the odometer until hitting 1 million. It's sitting at Lee Keen's warehouse right now.
So after those 600 something miles, does Skynet just go live, or like what?
The world ends.
Yeah.
All the Y2K happens. It happens now.
Cats start mating with dogs.
Everything all goes wrong.
Yeah.
But we have 630. Look in that picture. It looks like there's a huge puddle of oil under the car.
No,
doesn't
that's
it?
okay.
There isn't. I don't think, but.
It's a good car. I drove that across the country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You already did once.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
4 years ago, I bought that car, and going to get it in Florida was the first trip I took with my girlfriend at the time. And now, a month after we supposedly are going to finish this project, we're getting married.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's awesome. So I think I was one of the first trips. I think it was you going to California, then Alex and Alex Roy and Jack Baruth
took it
to Ohio.
Uh-huh.
I drove I took a Greyhound bus with my friend from Ohio.
Greyhound bus.
Yeah, dude, garbage.
This dude, follow this guy Robbie Moe on Instagram.
Oh, that's
he
nice.
put 10K on the car last and took some good pictures.
Wow,
that's
Wait,
awesome.
so where did you take your Greyhound?
Yeah, so
bus?
Greyhound bus to Ohio. We bought a radiator there. We swapped the radiator in Jack Baruth's driveway, then drove it to my house in New Jersey. And from New Jersey, I went to Maryland to pick up some door panels for the car because it had.
Yeah.
Remember, it had that.
You got driver's side door panels.
Yeah. I think I got door panels for all four doors.
4 doors?
Yeah. So I did a little bit of work on the car. Then I drove it from New Jersey to L.A. where I parked it at your house.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
Fucking ridiculous, that car. So yeah, we're gonna cross that million.
Being a journalist, man, it's an awesome gig, but man, it doesn't make any money.
No, it beats the shit out of you.
God, it's a
it cost me so far. It cost me like $17,000 in maintenance over 4 years to do 100K in that car.
Good night.
That's not that bad.
Well, I have to
100K,
pay other people.
Yeah.
I don't do the work myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that does include a $3,800 transmission rebuild.
Oh man.
What's interesting is that how many things keep coming back? Like they just keep breaking.
Well, the one that we learned,
The power steering thing.
the power
right?
steering
Yeah.
thing using ATF
Right.
instead of power steering fluid.
Yeah.
I think people who borrowed the car were adding power steering fluid.
Okay.
Which
and
is
that was
fucking
causing
crazy, by the way.
Yeah,
It is a little bit crazy. I'm not. Is that an actual thing? Because I know that on the 1UZs, one of the big problems was that the power steering, not the pump itself, but the hose.
Yeah.
The hose would leak, and if
Yeah.
you get one that's OEM or whatever, it would leak at that same point just because of vibrations or whatever. So that is the point of failure.
It leaks and then drips onto the alternator
Yes.
and kills the alternator.
Yep.
So that happens.
Yes.
But if you use power steering fluid instead of ATF, it also leaks from the gasket.
Okay, yeah.
So it kills that gasket,
I guess
and then it
'cause
leaks
detergents or something in
Yeah,
there?
it
Yeah.
leaks even faster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happened like 4 times.
Okay.
I think maybe 5 times. I went through a bunch of alternators.
At some point, you're like, "Fuck it, we don't need power steering." Like,
so many fucking alternators, dude.
Yeah.
No, you don't need power steering. Well, you want power steering, but
you don't really need it.
You need an alternator.
Yeah, you definitely
You
need an
definitely
alternator.
need an alternator.
Well, I mean, how many batteries you got? You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some fucking questions. people.
Actually, before the questions, I'm going to be doing something to that LS 400.
Oh yeah, you're putting a turbo on it.
Yeah,
or 2
so-
turbos on it.
Yeah, so I wanted to just let you know what the plan right now is because
Tell me, but let's try some of this beef jerky you brought from this highway rest
we
area.
bought
I want to
beef
try the
jerky
elk.
from-
Yes.
You guys brought highway rest area.
Yes.
Well, no, this is a highway wreck.
It's not?
This is
It's special?
from. We're gonna shout him out right now. Dwayne'sFreshJerky.com.
Yes, that's
I've been staring at this for like an hour and a half, and I really
Do
want
it.
some.
So that's the cowboy jerky. That's just old school.
that's
old
100%
fashioned.
cowboy right there.
Yep.
This is where you could actually make a saddle out of the jerky. Man, it's
Correct.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Okay, so what are you doing with the engine?
So the engine
That's
apparently
fucking delicious.
Yeah, the
Jesus
engine
Christ.
apparently can hold a lot of power.
How much?
So somewhere north of like 700 or 800.
Fuck out of here.
That's what I said. Thank you.
It's like
It's
250
re-
from the factory.
The construction of that engine, like the metallurgy, came from Indy cars.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
it's
has a little
insane.
more like silica in the aluminum, and
Yeah.
that's why it's like slipperier at temperature, and that's why they're so reliable.
Yeah, and what those V8s, like Japanese V8s in the 90s, what they did was they overbuilt everything like to an insane
well,
degree.
that I knew, but I didn't know they would hold a lot of power.
Yeah, so
you're
the
talking
limit-
about tripling the horsepower.
Yeah, the limiting factor is going to be the transmission. So what I'm doing is I have a friend, Jared Pink. He works at Speed for Sale in Atlanta, and he's giving me a built transmission, a built automatic.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing is, it has a
a drop-in replacement for what
it can
it's
hold
got?
900. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, a drop-in replacement, same.
Will it
A3
drive like a normal car?
Sort of. So you'll have to shift it manually.
You have to shift it
Yeah,
manually.
because
Thank
on
you.
that transmission, the reason why I'm getting it for free is because like the sprags are broken or whatever. So it doesn't. If you put it in drive, then you know.
The elk?
Yes.
Wow, the elk is spectacular.
Like, yeah.
Is it like a drag transmission that way? You know, you gotta shift the manual like 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Can you put lightning rods on?
I have no idea what those are.
What are
Like a
lightning rods?
Lenko? Oh, yeah. 4 levers?
Probably, yes.
Oh.
But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a 67 millimeter turbo or 62 or something like that. We're going to do a real poor man's setup. We're going to have, we're not going to do like stuff out of the hood or anything like that. I want it to look somewhat okay. And then we're going to put on a dyno and just send it, like see what it does. We're going to try to do a fuel system. We're going to do it safely because I don't want it to be like a bad tune, kill this engine.
Right.
But I want to see what it can make. So I want to ask you, what is the power goal that you want to set? So we say
Yo,
that
I'm so bad at setting goals. Every time I set a goal, fucking crash and burn.
no, that's fine. So
Every time I'm like, I'm gonna do this. This Lexus project is the only time I've actually achieved any goal I've set.
yeah, story of my life.
Other than that, not good.
Exactly. But if it's like, if this makes more power than a Hellcat, then we stop it right there. I take the engine out, make you a table, and you'd be like, this makes 700 horsepower. I made 1,000,000 miles, all that stuff. Or if we go for 700, oh, thank you. If we go for 700 and it, makes a window in the block, we do the same thing.
Isn't with stock power like 245 on this thing?
260 maybe.
Some 250. I don't know, something like
Mid
that.
Mid
Wow.
200.
What's the compression on it?
Pretty high. I want to say 10.
I think Hellcat. Jesus.
Yeah. But again, this is not like do it all day, every day. This is like, we'll do it once. This is like, I'm not.
It makes. Yeah, I mean 700 has got to.
That would be.
And we're talking about a chassis dyno.
Yeah.
700 wheel.
Yeah, 700 wheel. We'll see
What does a Hellcat make wheel?
700. Oh no, not
No.
that's-
Hellcat will make like low 600s, maybe.
If you fucking outpull a Hellcat on a dyno, I think that's really a goal.
Well, I mean that'll be close to what my Lamborghini is doing. So
That'd be crazy.
I will be amazed.
That'd be so crazy.
Does the LS400 have a limited slip or is it an open diff?
It's open diff.
We should fix that.
I know.
We should
No.
fix that.
I'm guessing
No.
it's probably an open diff.
It does not matter. I mean, this is who cares.
Yes, it does.
No.
For just one pull, do you really need the build trans?
Yeah, because otherwise it's just going to slip. And if you're trying to tune for power, then you have to do multiple pulls.
Oh,
you have to kind of get it up there and add boost, add timing.
So do you even bother with the intercooler? No intercooler, right? Just
No,
straight
intercooler, of course.
intercooler?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have everything's gonna be cheap, but it's gonna be like good.
Okay.
So I have like a bunch of spare parts that I have like turbo piping, I have like all this stuff, and we'll just like put it on there, and then we'll see what happens.
Compression is 10.1 to 10.5.
Yeah, 10. So it's
So
not,
what happens when you take an engine like that and put fucking boost at it?
So
What happens to, like the gaskets and shit?
So it depends on sometimes if you have a lot of boost, it starts to lift the head gasket depending on what pressure you're running. But on this, we're probably going to run it relatively low boost, probably 10 to 15 psi, depending on the turbo. Because if we have a big enough turbo, 10 to 15 psi is going to be a shit ton of power.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So everything else, the fuel system's going to need to be redone. We might do 85, depending on what injectors I can get, because that's just safer fuel. It's basically like race fuel.
You got to bolt in like a super LSD or something. Because, I mean, if you make this much power, you want to be doing 4-seater rolling burnouts. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, we could just weld the differential.
Do that.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. Do that.
Yeah, just weld the diff. You're good.
Yeah. Because again, when you don't care about like that the car has to drive like a car, then so much stuff goes out the window. It's like, no, this thing only has to go on the dyno. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it has to do. It's like, okay, that's kind of easy then. That's interesting. So
That would be awesome.
oh yeah, so
I'd love to see that. And then I would proudly display the engine as a coffee table.
yeah, we'll do that.
And then you
Ooh.
can put an LS in it or something, or go 2J.
What
If you put an LS in it, it's a double
And it's an LS
Yeah.
in an LS. Be perfect.
I mean, you can put the chassis to a museum, or I don't know what you can do.
I don't think they give a fuck.
No, I don't
At
think they
Lexus,
give a fuck
they don't
either.
care.
Yeah. So like, that's what it's supposed to do.
Zach, what do we got? I'm chewing on beef jerky right now because it's so fucking delicious. Can
Tune
Zach
Squad.
read that out?
Matt, you bought the Vet you wanted in high school. You built the perfect Fox body, owned the DeLorean that started it all, and now you own a Countach, the ultimate poster car. What's left on the bucket list?
First off,
What makes you tick, Matt?
I'm sorry I made Zach read that out loud. I would have just gone with the last 4 words of that. What's left in the
I want to give
bucket
people
list?
context.
Of course.
Daily driver exotic. Besides that, that's really it.
600 LT.
Something that doesn't hurt my back. Maybe.
600 LT would be real nice.
I'm driving it on Tuesday. Ooh, going to Phoenix for 720S Spyder and 600 LT Spyder.
God,
should be nice.
That is amazing. That car is. The thing is, the McLarens are. I've done a McLaren press drive, and they're always more fun when you look back on them. It's never like, all right, I'm here.
What?
Yeah. Well,
you're not about them.
I like them. I like learning about the cars. I really geek out on all the stuff like the aero. That's awesome. But then if they do drives to somewhere, you get the feeling that, all right, now we're on the highway for a long time in cars that are not ours, that cost a lot of money, and it's just a little bit like, I don't know. It's you tell people, like, I did a drive from UK to Geneva, and then I told the guy at in the UK passport control, I was like, oh, I'm going to McLaren and driving for UK. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, but then you get there, it's like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm tired. It's a tiring drive.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's not exactly like we went to Spa. Like, oh, we went to Spa. Like, yeah, but we took pictures. It wasn't like we
well,
drove
if you
the track.
actually got to drive,
if we
Spa,
drove the track,
would have been better.
That would have been awesome. But we didn't.
There is track time on my particular.
See,
trip.
that is the press drive that I love.
Yeah.
I love the track time. I love the instructor stuff. Porsche. I went on a few Porsche drives where they did that, and it's like awesome.
You have to be very wary sometimes of, am I going on a dynamic launch experience, which typically is track time, or am I going on some kind of like influencer trip?
Are you going on a repositioning cruise, basically?
Totally.
Yeah,
you have to be. You got to figure out before you get on the plane which one you're on.
Yeah, and or if you're on like the fifth wave, and like you're gonna get momsandcars.info and like.
Fortunately, with the supercar launches, I go for road and track, so I get lucky.
So road and track is a really good. It's a really good card to have.
It's a good business card.
Yeah,
it is.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
I'm super. 600 LT by all accounts is very good. Everyone says it's nice.
It looks amazing. It looks so good. And the
exhaust on top.
Exhaust comes off the top.
Exhaust on top. Exhaust on top is the new doors up.
Yeah. God damn.
That's the new door.
Why doesn't every exhaust come out the top?
I don't know. It's genius.
I feel like that should be a law. Can California make that a law?
Bro Trucks really figured this one out. They were way ahead of the curve
with the stacks.
I've been doing that in '74. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Clay WF says, Focus ST owner here.
Gang.
Yeah,
nice.
Andrew's got an ST. I love the car, but the driver's seat is annoying. It raises the knees too much. I know how you feel, Clay. You have to sell your car. What would be a good seat for under $600? If the seat is that good, I could do 1,000. Love the show. Aftermarket seats recommendations? Anyone?
I mean, there's a really good company out there called Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, Sparco. I wish I knew more about like seat choices because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
I don't know how wide your hips are and how long your legs are. So you like go to a showroom or something, or go like an Enjuku Racing where they have a bunch of seats and then just like sit in them and then just see. But the problem is,
I think if you're looking for price, and again, I'm no aftermarket seat expert. I think that NRG makes a decent aftermarket seat.
The problem with NRG is like, aren't they like an eBay brand primarily? I would not trust. Are they? Maybe
their wheel adapter hubs are a little fragile.
Pretty good.
No, I mean I've been in cars where they got a little mushy and like their metallurgy seemed a little bit soft.
The issue is that a seat is a safety item.
Yeah.
And what I would do above all else, above any aftermarket seat, would just be get OEM seats that you like in another car.
Well, so I was gonna say you can get the OEM seat for the European spec Focus RS, which is made by Recaro.
Yeah.
And it has a different seating position. It's lower, and it's got a different thigh position.
Right.
That's it, Zach, the one with the holes in it.
But isn't that like $6 million? Like, isn't it like a lot of money?
Yeah. Probably is.
Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah. So it's, again, I would just do, the problem with those is that.
Go away, because those are going to be eating on the fucking show the whole time.
Just mouth noises.
So good, though.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Look for reputable companies.
This is what America tastes like.
Look for what the price is. Like Sparco is a reputable company that makes lots of race stuff. They make race safety stuff. So does Recaro, but Recaro is very expensive. But, I think companies that make fire suits and helmets and belts, like even G-Force. Like G-Force is the cheapest safe racing shit that I've ever seen. And it's like, hey man, you don't have a lot of money, we're gonna go racing. We make fire suits, we make helmets, we make all those things. So find a company like that is, and then look for a good reputation online in the forums.
Well, another thing is that they also have expiration dates. So when you have safety equipment, you have seat belts and helmets and all that stuff. They have expiration dates, so you can't. If you actually go to the track, they check those things.
Yeah.
But if it's just for a street car, you might have an issue with like a Sparko seat under $1,000 because you don't have the airbag element.
There is a bypass for it.
Sure.
So you don't throw a code.
Right, but the legality of that is a little...
Yeah, I'm not... It's legally hands-off here,
right.
But
it
is possible... the guy they might want to call Mountune also and ask what people have put in cars without headaches.
Yeah.
Because then at least they'll know if it fits or not.
Sure.
You could have a fit issue.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But
all right, what we got next, Zach? Kevin Burke says, hey guys, Grid Life will be at Streets of Willow tomorrow. Oh yeah, right. Grid Life. Oh yeah. There's a Grid Life Time Attack event. It's not a festival. It's one of the small ones. It will be at Streets of Willow tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be raining and shitty. Have a good race, sir. R.N. Dumble. Random Bull. Sorry, says I have $20,000 budget. I'm looking for the best bang and least depreciation for my money. Oof. I'm considering the following. Okay, a W211 E55 wagon. That's like an 05, right? A 2003 Cobra. That's a Terminator. A 2015 Mustang. Cadillac CTSV. A C6 Corvette. You ain't getting that shit for fucking 20 grand.
C6 Corvette Z06.
Yeah, for 20 grand?
That you're not.
Nope.
You'll get a real bad one.
You're getting the worst one ever.
Yeah.
Current dailies in Wisconsin, an S4 Avant B5. Jesus, a brave man. An E55 AMG sedan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Best bang and least depreciation.
Well, the AMG's out.
Yeah,
but they're already pretty low.
You can. I feel like you can get one of those for like $2,500 at this point.
An E55?
No, E55. So W211 E55 Estate. That's really rare.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one.
My friend Ben Abrams, who was on this podcast a couple weeks ago, has one.
That's awesome.
Has one in black.
Let's see.
But that's not the W211, isn't it?
I think it is.
Maybe it is.
Oh yeah,
it is. It is.
It's the roundy one.
Wow.
It's the 4 eyes.
Okay.
This was 3 years ago, and it was asking 29.
Yeah. So
I think these are buyable in the 20s.
If he can find one, then that's real. Like,
yeah.
Those cars are good, but they have an issue with the SBC, which is sensotronic brake control, which is electronic braking, brake by wire.
No, thank you.
And Mercedes has a recall on those for another 25 years because
really,
people kept crashing. So
check your recalls.
Yeah,
I think what's good about his list, honestly, is all of these are cars that are like appreciated. Like we like them. They're sought after. They're good looking. They're fast. And so if you have that kind of like loyalty and fandom, that probably helps them from slipping value. Like 03 Cobras probably bottomed out years ago and are stable or slowly rise. Like you could drive that for free for a long time, and it's way more reliable than any of the German options he brought up. Same thing with like CTSV. Everybody likes those things. They just made way more of them.
Unless you can get a C6 Z06 for less than 20 grand.
I don't think you can.
But if you can, that's a lot of car.
One that
works,
a lot of
car.
That is 500 horsepower V8.
That's got to be a mistype. It's got to be a C5Z for 20.
Oh, yeah. For C5Z would probably be better. Yeah. But or you can get a C6Z with most of its valves.
You could also get possibly an E46 M3 or an E36 M3 that needs some work.
They all need work. You can get E46 M3 for like $5 grand and put a 2JZ in it and never worry about it. That's what you should do.
Zach.
What?
Nothing. Let's go to the next one.
How's your E46 M3? Good?
It's great right now. No
Awesome.
check engine lights. It's never ran this well.
Yeah,
truly. I fixed something
wrong.
I found out the wires were crossed in it, and it's like now it actually turns on, runs, and revs way better than
Yeah, you
it
had
did
an
when I bought
O2
it
sensor issue, right?
Yeah, and the wires were literally crossed. Like bank 1 wire was going to the bank 2 cylinder and or a sensor, and vice versa.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that explains the rolling idle and occasional stumbling.
Don't you just love that when like problems just solve themselves? Like, oh, Okay.
Well, it's amazing that it ran as well as it did for a year.
Yeah.
With that problem, it's pulling fuel here, but it's actually pulling fuel there.
You'd be surprised at how little of sensors you need for a car to actually run.
Friend Vinny, accidentally he blew a fuse and accidentally in the checking of the fuses switched one fuse and another one.
Yeah.
By accident. One was a 20 and one was a 5, and he switched them and lost like all the lights in his Cayenne, like the blinkers and like half the fucking ignition system. It was like a complete disaster.
Oh yeah.
And it took 3 dealerships
That's
to find
what
it.
caused that problem?
That's what caused that whole problem.
What?
The car was with 3 different dealerships over like 2 different weeks.
And
he
they
put like
inspected
3,000 miles
They
on
ran
a
voltmeters everywhere. He had changed all of the lights in the car, all the interior lights to LEDs, and they had thought that the change in voltage to LEDs was making like a kickback volt short something out, and they kept getting kicked around.
No.
It's a fucking fuse.
It was just a fuse.
Sometimes it's the smallest
Nice.
things. Wow.
Always check the small stuff first, guys.
MB is Frenchie. How hard would it be to manual swap a Ferrari California?
Hard.
I think hard.
Yeah, hard.
I think hard.
It's
Although
very hard.
a couple of them do exist.
Manual swapped or manual from the factory?
Original from the factory. They built like 5, like not many.
So
but they did
engine,
exist.
what engine is that?
It's the fairly crappy version of the 4.5. It's a crappier version of the 4.58 engine.
So it's a 4.5. I have no idea what that engine is. I know the newer ones are like 4-liter turbo or something.
The ones that are before the turbos, you don't want.
Yeah,
they're not good.
Yeah,
I've driven them a lot. They're not good.
The backs look like Ike from South Park.
The backs look bad. When they became the California T, the backs still looked weird, but with 100 horsepower and 100 torque goes a long way.
Of course, yeah.
And it becomes really fast.
I honestly
but there
would not,
was a very, I think it was 2010, manual gearbox offered.
So what would work in that is probably the Maserati coupe gearbox, because that was basically the same. It was a 4.2 Maserati derived. I think it's cross-plane crank. But I think that would probably work as far as the shifter linkage and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's probably similar.
I wouldn't want that. Why? Why would you want that? You can buy, like, for the amount of money you're spending on that car, you can just buy an actual, like, better car.
If I was honest, my response to why would you want that is, this particular commenter asks us really weird shit all the time.
I know. I watch the show, Matt.
The first gen California sucks, and it's ugly. But
I wouldn't bother. My friend Spike Ferriston just had a week with a Ferrari Portofino, the new one, and recommends. Says it's very nice.
Yeah.
And then he says, negotiating a DB9 GT, how easy is it to find the OEM non-Aston parts?
So I guess the Ford
like
parts
Bosch
or something.
number.
What?
It's fine. It's not that hard. Basically, just look up the part number, Google it.
I got a fuel pump on eBay for my Vanquish. It's the same as a fucking Ford Super Duty.
Yeah, exactly. So I on my Vantage, when I had it, I had
you get some Ford shit, right?
Yeah, dude, everything is Ford in that car. Ford or Volvo. So I had a problem with my windshield wiper stock, and it turns out it was a Ford Taurus part. So it was literally like $20 brand new.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fine.
Do you still have that thing?
No, I sold it from my Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Gregson bought it, and he wants to sell it again, and I'm kind of...
Dude, there's a bunch of them floating around L.A. It's real tempting for the exotic daily driver status. It's real 42 to 45 grand gets you a fucking mint one.
I bought mine for 36, and I sold it for 36.
Yeah.
And there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Dude, this car was, like, dead reliable. I had no issues. Other than that one like minor electrical problem, but yeah, the car is really reliable. It has no problems. I don't know. If you can get one for 40s, I almost want to say 35 to 40 would be.
Here's the mega sacrilege question though. If I was going to get one, it would have to be an automatic.
No.
Because my fiance can't drive stick, and I can't possibly buy another car that she can't drive.
Don't get one
at
then.
this juncture.
But you made a video how to drive a manual.
I
Can't
taught
you
her to
teach
drive stick, and then she can. I taught her to drive stick on the Civic Type R, and she was good at driving stick, and then she refused to do it without me in the car, so she refuses to like practice.
The Type R is so good at learning.
Easy to drive
Dude,
stick.
It's so easy.
It's the easiest.
Yeah.
How do you guys like that thing? You guys don't normally fuck with brand new cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I had a press car. I mean, it's a Turo rental.
It's not a press car.
I know, but what I'm
it's
saying,
like a press car.
it's like a press car.
None of the tires match.
Yeah, no. in that case, I mean, some of the press cards I've been. They also. Let's be honest.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, the Type R is great. If you want an Aston that has an automatic, DB9. All day. Yeah, you have to, because the Aston Vantage, the Sport Shift is dog shit.
I remember
it's
it
really
from the 12.
bad. It's unusable.
Yeah,
it's worse than the E-Gear, which is on its own really bad.
I know. I'm not really going to get one, but here's to dreaming. Will says, praise or crap on my daily driver, 95 Cadillac Eldorado in tan with a purple interior for $1,900. I mean, all right, I'll fuck with it.
Is that like a Notice Me Senpai?
It's like a roast me, I think.
Okay.
But I don't know that if for $1,900
seems fine.
If that shit works,
driving across South Dakota, drive it till the wheels fall off.
Probably comfortable and it's not expensive.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen,
whatever.
Pauly Walnuts, dude. Pauly Walnuts Eldorado. These are your Google search terms right now. Pauly from The Sopranos, one of the most boss characters of all time. Drove a tan Cadillac Eldorado in The Sopranos.
You got me into The Sopranos.
It's the fucking best show ever made.
I hadn't watched it at all, and then I started watching it, and I ended up watching the entire run.
Can't put it down.
And I don't. A lot of people had problems with that last episode. I don't really. I don't.
No, I think it's okay.
I think it was fine.
It was fine. I never had a problem with it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now that's over. Okay,
it really makes me think when I think about how long we waited for new seasons.
Yeah.
When it was new, it was like 18 months or 2 years in between seasons.
I won't.
People fucking wouldn't put up with that shit today.
I won't watch anything that isn't over because I don't have the time. Because then. Yeah, it's
That's very
my
funny.
wife was looking at new series to watch, and we always like the house stuff and whatever. But I'm like, she's like, there's this new series called The Good Doctor, and it's in the 3rd season, and they have new episodes. I'm like, yeah, but new episodes means like tune in next week. I don't want that. I just want to be like,
when they're done teasing me with the new episodes.
Right, yeah. When they're
Perfect
done,
time. You should go see Billy Joel. No new music.
Yeah, exactly.
Hasn't written a song since 2001. It's a perfect musician for you.
Yeah. You just listen to this whole thing like, okay, now I'm done.
It's just always the greatest hits.
Yeah.
Yes. Forever.
Yes,
never
forever. They're never not great.
Ed Estrella says, opinion on a Cadillac ATS 2-liter. Is Q really that bad?
That gauge cluster, though.
I'll take the second part first, Bob. Yes, Q really is that bad. To Freddy's
what's
point,
Q?
The Cadillac touchscreen infotainment.
Oh.
It's fucking.
It's not the bad guy in Tron?
Horrible.
Okay.
Cadillac user.
User experience.
User experience.
But those also had the heat-sensitive buttons that sometimes went all the way to full volume when you touched it once. Bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Why would you have... What's wrong with regular buttons? Okay, this is one thing I hate about... On our Honda Civic Type R.
Yeah.
We're trying to put the volume up. Yep. Why? What's wrong with the switch? What's wrong with the button?
That made me so mad. Because the Honda Accord has a really good mix of hard buttons and touchscreen, and then you get in the Civic, which I drove the Civic Si, and they cut out all the buttons, probably save money and make the car cheaper and stuff, but it's all in the wheel. But it's just like it's not.
And the
that
wheel
difficult
feels
to
really like jagged.
The wheel feels really
it
cheap.
It does not feel good. Like
it's a good car, but the wheel feels not
like a '95 Civic feels better than the brand new Civic Type R.
Knobs, people.
Yeah.
We need knobs.
Yeah.
So yes, Q is that bad. On the other hand, chassis very good.
Chassis is great. Yeah.
I drove. Ed, go look up a video I did of a ZZP Performance ATS 2-liter 400 horsepower.
Good night.
It was very fast, and their kit is like bolt on.
The ATS Vs look so good though. I really love the ATS V.
They are a good looking car. Absolutely.
I think that's their. Don't play that. That's their channel playing me doing a thing.
No.
Sorry. There's a video of me driving it on the racetrack in Grid Life, actually. But they're kind of fun. Good chassis. What kind of what Anthony wants to know, what kind of brand would you like to see make a comeback?
Packard, Saab, or Pontiac.
Those were suggestions, but any other ones I imagine are allowed. What would you like to see come back?
I would like to see Saab.
Me too.
I would like to see Saab a lot.
Like old school Saab.
Yeah.
Eliminate the GM period.
Yeah, but what was it? The 9.5 they ended with.
Oh yeah, it was kind of good looking.
Oh my god,
kind of good looking.
I gotta disagree.
It's a great Buick.
You want to touch that butt?
It's a real nice Buick.
It's a real good looking car.
I don't know. I gotta disagree.
It looks like the Infiniti M45.
Speaking of Buick, real quick, the new like 2-door convertible thing.
Yeah,
it's basically just a Vauxhall.
Yeah.
kind of a good looking car.
What?
Oh, the Buick lasagna or whatever.
Yeah,
What is-
the Buick La Fettuccine.
Can I point
Yeah.
you to the nearest Enterprise? There's a whole lot of them over
honestly,
there.
like if you look at a Chrysler
It's
200,
such a
like,
Vauxhall.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
most,
yeah.
It's the most Vauxhall
Yeah.
thing
Very
ever.
very European.
I mean,
compact car styling.
Cascada. Yeah, there we go.
I am not one for like these, I like goes to golf courses and eats at Applebee's every Friday for 2 for $1. But like
That's everyone in Dallas.
As someone who goes to golf courses, I'm insulted by your association of me with Applebee's.
What are you
by
saying?
putting those
What's
two
wrong
together.
with golf?
I think maybe a little different here
Nothing
in
in
California.
Applebee's won't fix. All right?
Half off appetizers, dude. Come on.
2 for 1. 2 for 1. I don't know. Man.
Yeah,
It looks like an EOS.
What
just,
what
with
do
a little
you
more flame surfacing.
what do you find appealing about that thing?
like kind of like an EOS or maybe like a Peugeot RCZ.
It's not a bad shape. It's not. It's quite.
Yeah, it's a pleasant looking car.
It's called
Yeah.
the Buick. You won't see the Pontiac G6 under here
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
try
yeah.
harder.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. Well, the problem with bringing back old cars is the exact problem of when we went to the Porsche Experience Center this morning. A lot of people were talking about, oh, this needs to be a manual and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, but that's for like people who buy used cars.
Yeah.
What
People who
needs
buy
to be a
new-
manual?
Like, let's say a GT3 RS
Oh, yeah.
or whatever. Like, people who are buying these cars new don't want that. And Porsche cares about those people. They don't care about who buys these cars 10 years down the line. And it's the same thing with Saab. Saabs are really cool, but the old school ones. Yeah, but they can't make the old school ones. They got to make something new. Yeah, but their new stuff is garbage. So it's...
Well, no, I don't think that's necessarily what either of us mean.
Okay.
I think what we would like to see if a Saab were to return is cars that have interesting character, not not GMified Saab.
Sure.
Like the
I don't
the
even see a
original-
Trailblazer with a Saab schnoz on it.
Right.
So you're
yeah,
looking for like a more reliable Citroen.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Like the older Saabs, they were like cars with purpose. They were meant to be kind of executive and sporty. With the newer Saabs were literally just GM cars.
Yeah.
Born from Jets, man.
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah.
that almost doesn't sound like a real sentence. Born from Jets.
That sounds grammatically incorrect.
Whoever came up with Born from Jets fucking rules.
Yeah.
I'd like to see someone go for a Duesenberg too.
Oh,
you know, like
God.
Mercedes brought back like Maybach.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see Lincoln fucking shoot the moon and go for a fucking
That's 2020
a doozy.
Duesenberg?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
straight up.
It's a doozy.
How about they really went for it with suicide doors?
Ooh,
We've been saying for years.
You can't call them that, Matt.
Yeah, what are they called?
They are
Coach
carriage-
doors?
carriage
doors?
bar-
Fuck that, suicide doors.
Yeah, they get mad.
I'd
if
wear
you
that shit with
call that
pride.
at a press event.
For years,
have-
we've been saying you need to build your version of a Chrysler 300.
Yeah,
you
of
need
course.
to go suicide doors. That's
Yeah.
what the Conti is. It's like
Yeah.
its only thing.
Wasn't when the Lincoln Continental came out as a concept car and
Yeah.
it had suicide doors, like, dude, this thing is gonna freaking rock.
Yeah.
And then it came out like, oh,
Wah, wah. And then you go,
it's just like
Four
I can't-
doors with leather seats.
I can't wait to see this thing. You know, I got one as a press car, one of those Continentals when they came out. It was so fucking nice. And me and Hannah drove it to Palm Springs. We went on a hiking trip and had the seats and the stereo was rocking. And
good looking
the
cars.
ride was great. Had a
yeah.
bunch of power.
the thing is, those cars ride so well.
It was dope.
Yeah,
it was
it's so-
super dope. And then I
so
went to the
dope,
airport, and there were 24 of them in the fucking
That's the
Uber
concept,
line.
right?
Yeah, that's the concept.
Ooh.
The
But I don't
concept
think
looks really good.
if the only thing that was going to make or break the success of this car was the doors, that's ridiculous because it is really nice.
It
It's
is
just-
very nice, yeah.
It's the market appeal of seeing too many of them just used as chauffeured cars or luxury taxis.
Yeah,
and
It's,
stuff.
it's the new Lincoln Town Car.
You know what I just?
It is, but for some reason
They renamed
back
the
then, like
MGT
everyone was
the
okay
town car.
buying them and seeing them being used for service, and
Yeah.
now that's different. I don't know why.
well,
They're sweet.
Yeah. Something just occurred to me. Why did I bring my dually? I could have just like hit up Ford and then had a press car.
Yeah, why
And
did you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why
because
did you?
I spent a lot of money on fuel.
Your game is not tight.
It's not.
You could have definitely
yeah.
gotten a one-way.
Called up.
You could have flown here and gotten a one-way dually home.
You know. Okay, this is why we need to plan things better.
Yeah.
This is why you need. Don't say we. You.
We had
Yeah.
a good time. You liked Arizona.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mateo says, is a Bentley Arnage is ruinously unreliable? I don't believe so. No, what they are they have a lot of unique and very expensive parts.
Yes. Well, this is pre-VW, correct?
Pre-VW.
So this is
when Rolls and Bentley were together. Lots of 6 3/4 engines.
6.75
giant
liter.
fucking brakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a lot of stuff that.
That was probably when the brakes and the steering were like one fluid. And, geez, that's
jeez.
jeez.
Don't get me wrong, they're fucking rad.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
I have looked at them with drool.
You know, I never really got the appeal.
Never fucked with the Arnage.
No.
I like the Arnage.
The reason why
a lot.
is because the S-Class exists, and I feel like everything you can get in the Arnage is pretty much there in the S-Class.
But
the Arnage looks way better.
Yeah.
And
I don't think so.
You see far less of them.
I don't know, dude. I love my S600. I love that car so much.
I know you do.
Yeah,
I know. I like my SL very much as well.
Yeah. I mean,
my SL is like the best $16,000 I ever spent.
Yeah, and
fucking awesome.
It's how much was that car when it was brand new? It was like
192 grand.
But 92 grand in that era.
92
right?
grand, $2001. That's what the window sticker says.
So now it's like what
130 maybe 125. Yeah.
So mine was like 140 something like that. And I bought it for $12,000. And there's, God, I love that car so much.
Yeah, but mine didn't need anything.
Sure, mine didn't either.
Oh, really?
Mine didn't either.
That one,
I bought that one for Tyler. It
does now.
It does now because I broke it. Yeah.
All right, let's see. What does it say? I've had a 96 Celica GT4. Cool. Since 2011. It's a hoot to drive with suspension, blah, blah. Yeah, things. A lot of things.
But it's 23 years old.
But it's 23 years old. What changes can be made to try to recreate good new car dynamics?
No, this is not why you have a 96 Celica GT4.
Yeah.
You're missing the point.
It has to be bad. Yes.
No, it doesn't have to be bad. You just enjoy it for what it is.
Sure, good new car dynamics.
Get a good new car then. That's all you need to do.
Well, based on everything he has, I mean, you have the rigidity and suspension of a modern car. You have the modern tires, which make a huge difference in cornering grip and everything. The only thing I can think of is like, well, your car's probably a lot noisier inside because they've gotten much better NVH nowadays.
But he says he has more deadening.
And also, he has mid-90s power steering. There's nothing he can do about mid-90s power steering.
Actually,
even if you change the suspension and alignment and whatever, well, maybe they're not nothing, but
there might be something. So you guys were talking about how the Supra has like a really vague steering.
Yeah.
So there are polyurethane bushings, and those bushings on the steering rack, they're rubber and they deteriorate and they're really squidgy from the factory. But if you put on these polyurethane bushings, it tightens up the steering much. It's the same bushings on the SC as well, and they're like $30 and it's like the best mod for handling that you can get in a car.
Interesting.
So there's probably something like that for the Celica GT4. I'm not sure what the steering rack situation is on that, but you can do that. Honestly, with all that stuff, just like, you're already there.
If that's not enough, you may need a different car.
I don't know what else you can do because you're like redesigning suspension at that point. If you have suspension, maybe, just get better suspension, maybe get coilovers, but even like new cars now, they don't drive like a race car. Like they're still...
Well, unless it's a Civic Type R.
If you haven't had like a really good alignment, like with like a professional who does like track day setup, try that too.
Yeah. It's going to drive like what it is. It's not, you can't just,
dude,
it's not a time machine,
I put so much into that fucking Mustang and I couldn't like un-Mustang it.
Yeah,
like
it's always gonna,
it just wasn't going to happen. Like,
like Andrew says, like you could take the boy out of Florida, but you can never take the Florida out of the boy. Yeah,
you can't really unsmoke meth.
Right. Exactly.
That is an interesting saying.
You might piss clear, but you'll never think clear.
Or you'll never think piss. One of the others.
Yes.
Let's see. Daniel says 2008 Cayman or 2016 MX-5. Whoa, okay.
Cayman.
Hang on a minute here.
Cayman.
Also, Freddy do a McLaren.
Yeah.
Freddie,
is this an impression?
Do a McLaren. Please.
We're not taking requests.
I would love to do a McLaren. They are real
A
expensive.
2008 Cayman is more fun to drive than a new MX-5.
Yes.
However, if you're going to spend all your money on the car,
Yes.
Yeah,
and that's all you have, don't get a 10-year-old Porsche.
I wouldn't get either of those if that was all the money I had. You know what? I've never driven a Miata, so it might be the second coming of Jesus.
That's amazing.
No, it's not second coming of Jesus, but they're fun.
Yeah, they're very fun.
they're fun. Especially a brand new one is a really fun little car.
Sure, but I think 2008 Cayman. If it's a Cayman like base, then yeah, probably get the MX-5. But
base Cayman slow.
They are very slow. If it's an S, then you might have something there. But 08, is that the first generation?
First Cayman.
Okay, first Cayman, but the second Boxster. So it's not the 987, right?
Yeah, I think 987.
Yeah. So those are actually not bad.
They're all right.
Yeah, they look like 997-esque. So I don't know. Honestly, I would rather be broken down the side of the road in a Porsche than driving where I need to go in a Miata.
Just make sure you have some extra money. A lot of extra money. And make sure the IMS bearing was done, because that matters in those cars.
So even the 08, so 987s had IMS bearing issue. Well, here's the thing. If the IMS bearing isn't done, drive it hard.
Beat the shit out of it, please.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of the best insurance policies for that IMS bearing, because it's a non-pressure bearing. So if you get oil on it, it'll be fine. But when you drive it like a grandma, that's when it go.
There you go. Thojo says, basically, Zach is funny.
I don't remember what I said, but thank you.
He talked about something Brazilian, and I like it.
Probably removal of something. I guess.
When am I driving the Lambo?
You can drive it when you get to my.
Your Lambo? Yeah, when we come to Florida, I think.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a little go if it's working.
Yeah, it's
2
working.
weeks.
I found a little bit of an oil leak, but I'll fix that by the time it's.
Otherwise it might catch on fire.
Well, here's the thing. I have a fire extinguisher in the car, so we're good. We're good.
Perfect.
Just run out and then extinguish the fire, and then we'll be good.
Perfect.
Yes.
Glenn, thank you for your donation. Alan says, how is the top on the Lambo working? Were you having troubles with the roof?
Yes. The top has been a pain in my ass for the last 6 months. The top is not working fully. I can manually put it down and put it up.
Oh, okay.
Which is okay, but when I try to do it with a power assist, it stops midway. Both ways. And I'm thinking, it was an electrical issue or something like that. I checked every single sensor. I ordered new sensors. I checked every single wire. I cut all the wires, checked the resistance. I ordered a new ECU. I looked up the factory service manual. I looked up the Audi pinout. It was insane.
Yeah, but what haven't you done though?
Yeah, why am I milking it? That's my question, right? No, but it's been such a big pain in the ass. I think it might be a pressure issue at this point, like with the pump itself. So I might have that rebuilt, but the top is not working. Like it's down. It's not letting any water, that's fine. Whatever. It's just going to be like that for a while. If I want to put it down, I can do it manually and then it'll work. But
that sucks.
That's something I'll figure out later, because that's just gravy on the
convertible tops are extremely annoying.
Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Obsessed Garage would like to detail the Lexus.
What's going on, Matt? Obsessed Garage is a local YouTuber. I think I sent you his email.
Yeah. I think I chatted with him.
Yeah. So he's a really cool. He has a GT3 RS.
I think he's coming here, isn't he?
Possibly.
Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
I think he was coming here and wanted to do the show, and I think we can do it. But
So he's a really good guy. He actually has he's called Obsessed Garage. He has
a detail shop.
Yeah. Oh no. So he sells detailing supplies,
but only the best.
Only top echelon. Like Larry Casillo is a friend of his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
I'll check that for myself. Thank you.
Yeah, really cool guy. He actually has clinical OCD.
Oh yeah,
and
that's good for a detailer.
Yeah, and cars are his release.
That's funny.
And it's really cool. He's an awesome dude.
Does he? Will he shake your hand?
Yeah,
He's not too OCD to shake. No Mark Summers shit.
No,
Howie Mandel.
So detail a $1 million mile Lexus when you guys are in Central Florida.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get 100%. Your biohazard suits ready. Do you once give the fucking thing to Freddy? Do whatever you want with it.
Sure.
Enjoy. Have fun.
I'd like to keep the ethos going.
Keep it, of course.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
It's not good.
Bastardize
pain.
it. Yeah.
Pain is not good, but good luck.
It'll look a lot better. Dude, what we did with my Bentley, the paint was screwed up. It spent 10 years in Russia,
dude.
So
I'll just let you explore that paint on your own. You'll trust me. You'll wait till you see it.
Yeah.
Christopher Baker says, rumors on the RS6 coming to America in 2020. I have heard nothing. I have seen nothing. RS7 is very fast and very nice. RS6 is probably the same. It won't be the wagon. They ain't selling the fucking wagon here.
So I think those cars are in this class of super fast automobile that just do what you tell them. Like the 4-liter, if it has a 4-liter V8 with the turbos in the middle, doesn't matter if it comes from BMW or Mercedes or Audi or whatever. They're all basically the same. They all make the same noise, and they're super fucking quick. They're
the new
crazy quick.
the Urus has it.
Yeah.
With 650 horsepower.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't
very,
it?
very
Why wouldn't
fast.
it? But you're not taking that. You're taking an Urus on a track. Like
I took one on a track because I was at a press launch.
Right, the press launch is going to have it on a track, but other than that,
nobody ever. No, they might take it in the dunes.
How'd you like the SVJ?
Oh, it was fucking pretty glorious.
How's the gearbox?
Slow and clunky, and it kicks you very hard, but the car sounds like the world is coming to an end. I mean, it sounds like you're at a Formula One race. And
I would
it's crazy.
love if there was a way that you can put the dual clutch gearbox from like a Performante into that.
The next Aventador, they'll do that.
Yeah, but I love the Aventador style. Like if there's a way that you can do it, but it's just in the wrong place because the Aventador is it's in front of the engine. So.
Yeah. The next one will have the dual clutch, but like the SVJ is the only Aventador I've ever driven that actually rotates through a corner properly.
Does it have 4-wheel steering?
Yeah, it's got 4-wheel steering.
Awesome.
It's got a bunch of trick shit in it, and it's got the side-to-side ALA as well, which is really nuts.
So those are cheap, right?
Yeah,
those are nice and cheap.
The one I drove was fucking $600,000.
$600,000.
The Performante I just drove was $360,000. I think of a Huracan as being a $200,000 car.
Yeah.
When the truth is, if you go for a Performante and a Spyder, you're now at $350,000.
Same with 488s.
Yeah.
Do you understand what you can buy for $600,000 in Florida? Like, do you know? Like, you can be king of Florida for that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can win an election with $600,000.
And people have.
Exactly.
SDR720 says, the 2013 Focus sedan build. I think that's the guy who turned his Focus sedan into an ST.
Ooh, that's nice.
He took the ST front and rear
I
bodywork.
love ST swap sedans so
They're
much.
They're pretty cool looking. The one we saw was rad. It looked great.
Those are awesome. I love those, like E46 Touring M3.
I love those.
We know a dude out here who's a BMW body man expert by trade.
That's awesome.
And he built an E46 M3 wagon that looks fucking perfect.
I'd love to do an E60 M5 touring. That would be cool.
You could
just get like an old, a 535i.
I think the E39 M5 touring would be the ultimate if you could make that happen.
Yeah. That actually could be done relatively cheaply.
Possibly,
I think those all bolt up pretty easy. The only challenge is like rear fender flares making them look OEM. That's like the big thing with those things.
But if you have a good body person, I think it's not really that much work.
Alan C with a road recommendation. I'm going to be on a drive route. They do a good job of picking it usually, but I have no autonomy. Tom Murray says I currently have a 997 Porsche Carrera 2S manual. Sorry, 997 Carrera 2S manual. 45,000 miles on it, and I'm getting bored. Do I double down and get a Porsche turbo manual, or install the VF Engineering supercharger kit?
Turbo all day.
I'm not sold on the all-wheel drive.
All day turbo. 997 one is perhaps. So I drove
one of the strongest Porsche engines ever.
It's one of the best cars I've ever driven. Like just in terms of.
True.
I drove a 997.2 Turbo S with a PDK, and I was like, this is probably the best car I've ever. Like just in a complete package.
They're lovely.
Yeah.
I still never driven a 911, period.
You haven't?
Never.
Oh, you're missing out.
The only Porsche I've ever driven was a Panamera Turbo S.
Those are
great car.
Those
rocket
are good
ship.
too.
Lovely.
Rocket ship.
Those are really
not
fast.
the same.
No, of course not. Yeah.
But also awesome.
But they have that same sort of DNA. And
Porsche's only got worse after like 1902. They all just went downhill. Started with the electric motor and all four wheels.
I like that they're going back to their roots now. You know?
Exactly.
Ferdinand really drops the ball.
That'll
after
be the
First
marketing
World War.
material. It will be.
Yeah, I mean, a 997.1 with a manual. Did that have PASM back then? It might.
PASM?
No, I think
it's like their
PASM,
stability control thing.
I think PASM might have been 0.2.
But in any case,
I'm probably wrong.
Those engines. I think the .1s were the Metzger engines.
It is.
So those are like
it's the 3.6, like super strong. You know, they do run miles in them and stuff.
Yeah, those are insane, and you can get the horsepower is. There's a difference between 400 horsepower in a Porsche and 400 horsepower in a Mustang. You know? Porsche horsepower is more and it's better.
It gets to the wheels. The weight is in the right place. It's
yeah. So it's better.
So here's the answer. My answer to this guy's question. I'm with Freddy on the turbo being rock and roll. It is rock and roll,
and it looks better. The side flares, all that stuff. Yeah.
If he is bored, but he is attached to his current car, and he really wants a 2-wheel drive car, and he happens to like his specific car, selling that car and getting a turbo requires time, energy, and money.
Right.
That VF Engineering supercharger kit is about $7,000 and gives you like 75 across the power band. It's pretty cool.
That's not bad.
It's pretty cool. If you like the existing car otherwise, I say do that.
The problem is when you put that VF Engineering kit on it, and then you get bored of that, there's really no place else to go.
That's true.
If you buy a turbo and you get bored, guess what? You can do a lot.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I wouldn't worry about the all-wheel drive, Tom.
Yeah. Isn't it rear biased anyway?
70-30 probably.
Yeah, but you can tell the difference in the weight. It's a little heavier.
But you can. I'm pretty sure you can delete the front wheel drive just like you can in like a Lamborghini or whatever. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think many people do that. You think differently about cars.
No, honestly, there are kits though. Like if he's willing to put on a VF Engineering supercharger kit,
is he willing to do it himself, or is he gonna have them do it?
He'd probably have them do it, but you can have anybody do it. Like it's
you could also have them remove drive shafts.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like you just put in axle stubs. It's pretty. Again, I don't know what the situation here is. There might be a bigger thing to do, but
all right.
Yeah.
Scroll down a little. There's sorry. Mariano says, "Hey Freddy, what do you think about
burnt hell kitty?
What's burnt hell kitty?"
So there's a guy on YouTube. He is
DIY gang.
DIY gang, and he bought an impossible to fix car.
Okay.
It's a Hellcat that had been in a horrible wreck and on fire to the point where the metal bent, like the metal was waved. There's no savable panels on that car, and but he's making it out to be like, oh, I can fix this, and it's gonna be cheap and all that stuff. Honestly, it's taking whatever people have done.
Is that it?
No. That's not it. So it's taking whatever. There's a lot of Hellcat rebuilds on YouTube right now, but this is by far the worst one, and there's no way that he can get away with doing this without buying another crashed car and then having it's not going to cost any less than you just buying a used Hellcat. Like what can you buy them now for? Like 35, 40?
I think they're in the 40s. Yeah.
You can buy them for 40. There's no way that you can get like an actual Hellcat, not like a Challenger V6 plus doing some custom wiring or something. So I think he got an engine. I think he paid like $3 or $4 grand for it. But the engine, the compression test was good, but I can't imagine that anything else was good in that car. So
that sucks.
You guys can look it up on your own, but it's really rough. Actually, I mean, you could do a Google image search on DIY gang Hellcat, and it won't. I don't think you'll get taken off of YouTube or anything. Just an image.
I bet it looks.
Yeah.
Just picture.
Right.
Wow.
Right,
it's fucked.
There.
That's fucked, dude.
So that is really bad.
That's toasted.
The wheels are melted. The wheels melted.
Dude, that's toasted.
That's not fixable.
Nope.
Easy fix. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know this dude, but that's not an easy fix.
Easy fix? Question mark? Like no.
Actually, this is from my friend Sam Crack, and he's actually talking about this, and he's saying, "Is this an easy fix?" And the whole video is about him saying, "Is this actually doable or not?" And at the end, he says it's not.
Oh.
So yeah. But the other one, the Dodge, that's that one. That's how he got it.
Yeah, that's completely fucked.
There's
nothing left.
There's nothing left. So last he took off all the panels and then the bare like unibody, which wasn't connected in any way. Like he had it sandblasted and then painted, but like I don't really.
Dude, I mean, like the bumper beam is melted. I mean,
dude, the wheels are melted in the back.
This is like one of those things where they keep like the VIN panel and then they build up everything as brand new or like salvage parts.
So
the
VIN's missing on
car.
this car. The VIN, I looked up the Copart.
This is how you define the word totaled.
Yeah.
There's a word for this.
There's also another word. It's called clickbait.
Yes.
Pretty well
And it's
accepted
working right
word.
now.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know anything about this dude. I'm sure he has really good intentions.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he has confidence in what he's doing. And I hope he proves me wrong. It would be great if that.
You're the one with the fucking burnt out Ferrari in your garage.
But this is a little bit more than what I got.
This looks worse.
This is a little worse.
Yeah, that looks really bad.
So he tore it down. And like, honestly, I don't know what his skill set is. It seems like he's really into the project, and a lot of people are going behind it. But for some reason, like, it just in my head, I'm like, this isn't a good thing. This is really not doable. But whatever. Those are my. People are gonna call me a hater. They're gonna be like, "Oh, why is he hating on it?" But I'm sure the guy's really nice, and I don't know, send me a DM or something. We'll talk about it.
Cryptographer says, for $25,000 to $35,000, I want a big four-door sedan, relatively worry-free on maintenance, but still sporty. BMWs are ugly to me. Suggestions? I prefer auto. Chevrolet SS
or Pontiac G8.
Yeah.
Yep.
35 will get you into an SS.
Yep.
Automatic. LS engine.
Those are actually really nice little cars.
They handle good too.
Yeah.
They're fun.
So Andrew had a thing where he hates Corvettes.
Okay.
And then he just in Dallas, we had a fan that actually gave us our trailer. He has a C6 Stingray. C7 Stingray. With 7-speed and some good like PS4Ss on it. And Andrew drove it. He was like, dude, this is good.
Yeah,
I like Corvettes now.
I start to understand a little bit.
Yeah.
C7s are nice.
The rev
They're nice
matching.
cars.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're pretty solid.
Yeah. They fall off at the top in power though.
You got to drive a ZR1. Want to fucking.
No, I'm saying the
ZR1
base
wants
model.
to rip the tires off the rims.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
I think that's a little much. 750 horsepower is a lot.
It's a lot.
I feel like,
and it's not that I hate Corvettes. It's just every time they come up with a new one, I always think that I don't think they're worth the money as a brand new car.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, but
I think it's hard to find something that does as much as they do.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, for what you're buying, what are they, 50 or something? Like brand new? 55?
No, to get you want Z51, trust me.
Yeah.
To get that, you're probably like in the low to mid 60s.
Okay, so that's not,
Dude, you can't spend less money and go faster.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, new.
Not, I mean,
New.
it has to be obviously new. It has to be new.
Yeah.
But for less money, you cannot go faster than one of those things.
Why would you buy a new car? Why would anybody buy new cars? People out there, tell me.
I like a new car. I'll give you a reason to buy a new car.
Sure.
And it's a reason that I'm considering buying a new car in the near future.
Sure.
And it's a personal one, but whatever. My back is fucked.
Okay.
And so buying a used car is really rolling the dice with the seat and the person who owned it before me.
Of course, they wear it in. Yeah,
they wear it in, and I'm I feel things in seats like I'm like the fucking Princess and the Pea of bad used car seats.
Yeah, you had the Mercedes S-Class dissertation that you wrote.
Right. Oh yeah, I wrote 3,000 words in the Mercedes seat. Yeah,
I'm kind of in the same boat because I also have a back injury.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it's a little bit to the side or something, and it's really bad. So that's an argument for a new car is a fresh seat.
For me, I actually am a huge fan. I have the Focus ST3, so I have the full leather Recaros.
Yeah.
Those for me are fantastic because they keep me in place.
Yeah.
As a bigger guy, they hug me and keep me in place. So like there's not a lot of side to side.
But what you guys need is a 2000 Ford F350 dually, and you need to drive it for 5,000 miles. Okay, and you have to buy it at 250,000 miles. Okay, so that's what you guys need to do. You want to talk about comfort? That will.
So it's gotta smell like farts.
So what? Whatever.
Somebody else's 250,000 miles of farts.
Yes.
And
dude, I'm getting 1 million miles of farts in that Lexus. 1 million miles of farts. That is
100% are.
That is. It's going to be like a layer of like an inch thick of farts
and boogers.
It's just going to have its own climate system in the seat.
It's an ecosystem.
The leather is conditioned with only the finest of taint juice.
Pure Hard Style says most crazy or idiotic ticket you've received.
I don't get tickets.
I haven't in a long time. I'm very fortunate.
I have.
Did you get a good one?
Yay.
Not a good one. I mean, there was just speeding. Yeah. I've talked myself out of big tickets. I've talked myself out of a 112 and a 55 before.
Solid.
Yep. But I mean, it's been
long time. I mean, knock on wood, but it's been a long time since I got any sort of pull over speeding ticket.
Ooh, you finna do that with the Lambo twin turbo, my guy?
Yeah, probably.
You finna do that?
95.
Yeah.
Busa, extended arm, late at night.
But it's
Trying to say night.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, cops in Florida are, it depends on where you go, but usually cops in Florida are okay. I've done, like, I went screaming past a cop with my Aston Martin, and that thing was loud.
He wasn't even speeding. He just had the windows down, and he was just yelling.
I was
loudly.
just yelling at the cop. Yeah.
I got a pass in the Countach on the Snake. I did a full second gear pull past the cops, and they were like,
yeah,
nice.
They gave me one of those.
How is that car on the Snake? Is it terrifying?
Terrifying's not the right word. It's not. It has manual steering, so it's not great at the very tight switchbacky stuff. It's good at the open sweepers more.
I think it would love Florida. That car would love Florida.
It would. Yeah. It's very good on the highway. Yeah.
No, I mean where I live, there are turns. We can actually go down those roads.
Yes.
Well,
I have an entire route that I've done.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. But that's the only place in Florida where there are turns.
Yes.
The Tavarish ring?
Yes.
So I think that Freddie will have to get maybe more than one car in running condition before you get there. Yeah. And then we can have our own little private rally. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah, let's do that. 2 cars is pushing it though.
Yeah, you're right.
I got a ticket for 1 over on Bull Run that resulted in a flat tire that resulted in a flatbed.
That was just somebody wanted to make an example.
Disaster.
Yeah. 1 over
66
is like
66 and 65, my friends.
No, that's well within the acceptable distance.
Right. I fought it in court and won, and I had to go back to Las Vegas to do that.
One of my favorite moments, though, I think, out of anything on the internet I've ever seen is you and Rob. The race to get a ticket.
The ticket contest
when you were in the SLR.
Yeah.
Oh,
real
man.
tickets.
Oh man.
Fucking stick with you. That fucked my insurance for a long time.
Oh my god. But that video was so insane.
Just incredible.
Yeah. It's your lucky day. Like.
I think that cop
dips.
I got to check with Rob. I think that cop lost his job.
Oh wow!
I think.
I'm pretty sure that there has to be consequences for that.
Well, there were definitely consequences for me. I got a very real ticket.
Yeah,
I ended up getting a real ticket from it.
We are knowingly breaking the law and recording it.
So. Yeah, well, because I think the version of that video that's on the internet is the short version.
It has to be.
In the full version of that, I go find another cop and got another ticket.
Oh wow! Okay.
The guy who throws my license at me and leaves and goes and gets robbed.
Yeah.
I have to then go find another cop, and I do in the full video, which is in like Super Speeders 2 or something.
Oh man,
fucking
now
crazy.
on DVD. Yeah.
I was fucking crazy. Me and Rob were nuts in 09.
Yeah.
I can't fucking roll like that anymore. I got responsibilities. Grown up responsibilities.
You got cats. I mean,
I got cats. I mean, they need they need me. They need me.
Yes.
Freddie and Andrew, do you think the new Supra is the Supra?
I like the Supra. I think it's
the
good.
new one.
Yeah.
You seen it in person?
Yes, I spoke to Tatsuya Tada for like a fair bit, and he swayed me actually because he was super excited and he understood that people were waiting for it for a while, and he's like, what I want to do is I want to prove that this is like is worthy of the name. The problem that I see is that 8-speed auto. That is going to be a problem because if it's a sports car, I really think it should have a dual clutch. I think the DCT that BMW had.
Sorry, you mispronounced manual.
No, it's not going to be better with manual. Honestly, I don't think so. The thing that they might release something with a manual. I don't think they will, and it's gonna flop because nobody's gonna buy it. But a DCT on that car would be so much better than an 8-speed. The ZF is fine.
It's fine, but at this point, I think it's just fine.
Yeah, it's just fine. Yeah. There are better options.
I'm no
out there.
longer impressed with cars equipped with that gearbox.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter how you tune it. It doesn't matter whatever. The 7-speed would be better if you had. BMW has the technology. They could have just put that in, but
they just put the M2 box in there.
Yeah. And if you had probably better wheels and a drop, like if you dropped it a little bit, I think it's a little too high. I think that car would look fantastic.
I'm reserving judgment until I see one in person.
I'm thinking about buying one because I have a Supra now, and if I sell that, I'll have enough money to buy a new one.
Do you drive the one you have now?
No, I'm building it.
Oh,
so
okay.
I actually just put Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8 brakes on it.
Huge.
Cool.
So huge Brembos.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And we put new wheels on it, and it's getting a turbo 2JZ, 6-speed, and
all the goodies.
Yeah, all that stuff.
There it is. White.
Yeah. If you go to the other picture, those are wheels. Yeah.
There's the brakes. Fuck me, that's a big brake.
No, those are stock brakes. So.
Really?
Yeah. If you just go up. Yeah, right there. That there should be 2 pictures. That's the stock brakes, and then that's a bigger one.
And the stock brakes are not great in my experience.
They're not. They're okay. Again, 90s, and this car weighed like 3,500 pounds. They're all right. They're 4-piston front, 2-piston rear, relatively good size. But now any Hyundai has rotors way bigger. But
that's rad. Good sharing of parts. Nicely done.
Yeah, of course. And I love junkyard builds and stuff. Getting stuff like that.
I got to see one in person. I'm stoked to drive one though.
I think it's gonna be fine. The only time I actually did see it was the prototype in Goodwood.
Yeah, I saw the prototype at the car show, but that was like years ago. I'm not really sure.
It sounded good, but it sounded like a BMW.
Yeah.
Honestly,
okay.
I think it's going to be whatever BMW made, and that's it.
Okay. I'm not super hype on it, but I'm not going to buy one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I'm just looking at buying one because maybe it'll do well for the channel.
Probably.
Yeah.
If you get like an early one and start doing shit, then
I was thinking about just doing like a 2JZ swap or something.
My early Focus RS content was successful for me.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Like Shmi announced that he bought one, and that got like 1 million views in like 2 days or something.
Well, he got like the weird edition that's like orange or something, didn't he?
Of course he did. Why not? But again, I think that car will do numbers on YouTube.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Supra. I thought you were talking about the RS.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
I'm just waiting for Shmi's next video or eventual video where he's just like, "Hey guys, look at the country I just bought. I'm gonna give you a tour of the subjects I own now." And
I thought Shmi was British.
Is he British?
Yeah,
He's
not an Armenian taxi driver.
Please, brother.
I'm gonna incur the wrath of his fans.
Please look at the Supra about. He's very faced car.
Classic car.
Is he Welsh?
I thought he was like Norwegian or something.
Joseph wants to know why the Goat Trail by Bear Mountain is named as such, because it runs on the side of a cliff like a goat trail. It's not actually named that. It's a nickname. It's like Route 9.
Yeah, but why is it really named that, man?
And have I ever been to the Taco Dive Bar in Peekskill? No, sorry. And then someone literally gave me $45 to say, I want Matt to say Chumbawamba, and then to say, Matt Sisson is slow and can't drive.
Okay, cool. That was an easy $45.
That's an easy $45.
Wow.
Nice. Done.
Nice.
Can that just be my job?
That's
like I'll just say those 2 things?
Yeah.
I'll say that
I'll do that all day. Yeah. All day.
Why am I even making YouTube videos?
I don't know.
Right.
It's way easier.
Dude, well, you did a thing with Lego. So
we built the Chiron.
I built that same one, and I made a video about it, and I swear to God, I thought it was going to crash and burn. I was like, this video is going to do crap. It has like almost 700,000 views now.
God.
And I'm like,
I really wish
why am I even working on cars? Like,
I really wish I made an actual video of that.
Dude, it did so well. Maybe it was because it was
What was your time?
I did it in about 11 hours.
Did you?
Something
That's
like that,
fucking moving.
Yeah.
My fiance Hannah is like a puzzle expert.
Yeah.
And I did it with her help. I'd never built Lego Technic before.
Yeah.
And I did it with her help in 12 hours and 1 minute, and it felt like we smoked through it.
Yeah.
If you did it in 11, you were really going.
So I was knolling as well. So
knolling.
Did you do that? So
I'm sorry?
So there's
knolling?
there's a technique that you do. I actually learned it from Adam Savage. What you do is you take apart all the pieces and you lay them on the desk. That way you have them in size and whatever, like all the pieces that are similar in size. That way when you look at what you need, you can just be like, oh, this is here, this here.
Oh, yeah. I had Hannah like 5 steps ahead of me.
Yeah.
Pulling. So like this step, she would make a little pile of parts. Like step 105 uses these 6 parts.
That's
and she would make me little piles for each step.
That's
really
teamwork.
good.
Yeah, it was boss. It was really
That's
good.
awesome.
But
I found it to
really
be very
cool.
rewarding though.
It's so good. What I do when I work on Legos, I actually did a lot of that over the holiday season because apparently my parents don't know what to get me other than Lego sets.
Legos.
And I love them.
Legos
I love
forever.
Them. I love them. Yeah, dude, that's my thing. And what I do is I just watch. I have all the seasons of old Top Gear, and I just rewatch them from season 1 on. And I just watch them like in the background, and watch all their specials and stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of like a ritual I do. So I have the Chiron, I have the GT3 RS, I have the Aston Martin DB5 from 007.
There you go.
I have a Lamborghini Gallardo Spyder.
The DB5 is really wonky looking.
It's wonky looking, but the functionality of it is really cool.
Oh, in terms of the shit happening?
Yeah, it has
the gimmicks.
It has an ejector seat.
Oh, Ejectocito cuz.
Ejectocito cuz. Yeah, it has really cool.
Ejectocito cuz.
Yeah, dude.
All right, listen, we got to plug Wrench Every Day.
Yes.
On YouTube. We got to plug the original Tavarish channel as if we needed to. I think your audience might be bigger than ours now.
I don't think so.
Either way, you actually do things that probably deserve it. And we have to shut this down soon. I'm actually worried. We're getting to the point where Wirecast might crash because it's been long enough.
Oh yeah.
It
happens for us too.
It freaks out after 2 hours, and that's really where we're getting with this one.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in,
dude.
Thank you so much for having us.
Andrew Howell, and of course Freddy Hernandez.
Yes.
Who is not actually Hispanic.
I mean, my dad is from Dominican Republic,
but
and my
via
mom,
Russia.
Yes, via I was born in Russia.
Yeah,
yes.
so
yes.
you're the whitest brown person or the brownest white person.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a caramel latte.
You're a result of globalization. I would say.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
You're globalist millennial.
I'm a globalist. Where's the soundboard for
Andrew Jones
for Infowars? Alex Jones.
Oh, globalization. Yeah. Globalization.
It's a globalist. It's over for the globalists.
Oh, that was a good one.
Turn the frogs gay.
All right, safe travels, buddy. We will see you. Of course, both of you have an open invite next time you're on the show.
Yeah.
For those of us, those of you joining live, I hope you got nothing to do tomorrow because we'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific. Woo! We got Sam Smith and Travis Sikulski. Oh. Travis just got promoted. He's now the editor of Road and Track magazine.
Yeah. Wow, Mr. Travis Sikulski now.
And Mr. Travis Sikulski, boss.
Yeah.
And then Sam is just a fucking raving lunatic. And so, who happens to be very fast in a race car.
Yes.
And so tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific, we will be back with them fools. But let's let Zach get home to his lady friend.
Aww.
It's not my lady friend. It's my fucking special lady. Trying to conceive, man.
Fucking special lady.
My fucking special lady. All right, guys. The Smoking Tire Podcast is powered by Shout Engine. Get your own damn podcast at shoutengine.com. It's easy. All you need is a microphone, a connection to the internet, and preferably something to say. Should we get dinner?
Yeah, let's get dinner.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Good
do
night,
that.
fuckos. Bye.
See ya.